Everything up, so I'll be doing that as we introduce ourselves.
Yep.
So, and I'll turn the music down so we can actually hear people. So we're sort of up to session 30, I think. Let me have a quick look.
Yeah.
We're up to session 28. So yes, it's a few swapping around and updating stuff as I go, because I forgot to do some of these things. It's not automatic. Mainly because to make it automatic, it was going to take a lot more effort. Okay. It is fairly close. So I might get Stefan to introduce his character.
I'm playing Tidal Rift from Nula Town on Alegi Island. I am a Water Genasi monk, and I am apparently of some fame in my region. I've been training for quite a while, and also training a couple of other acolytes during my break, I guess, or downtime. And I believe we're all back together, I'm assuming?
I would say we are, considering we're all at the end of our downtimes.
Well, you all got back together last session.
That's true.
We all got back together because we had the meeting with Redrian.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then we have Paul,
Who is playing Chloel, who is a diplomat, party boy elf, who happens to be a not dark side warlock, and is most of the time the party's healer.
and then we have Jeremy, who is currently online.
So it's playing Peladir, hero of the Atruaghin clan, previous lawkeeper, now initiate shaman for the clans.
Actually, I think you might have managed to get up to first circle.
Oh well, no, except like, but I'm fortunate about the fact that he's a first circle as a spiritologist, but yes, considering his actual experience, he still considers himself initiate.
Yeah.
In the shaman sense, not necessarily in the secret craft.
Yes, fair enough.
Then
And the idea of representing all the clans is something he's still getting used to.
You were still hero of the Atruaghin of the Elk clan, though.
Yes.
So that the Elk clan still claim you until you get a little more fame.
Okay, cool. Okay, so definitely just elk at the moment. Happy with that.
Yep. £3 for a short sword. That's still heavy.
They obviously didn't make them properly.
Well, one can assume it's basically equivalent to a cutlass or a gladius, and it includes the scabbard.
Well, they sort of threw in a lot of different weapons together to
Yeah.
simplify it.
Yeah.
Mainly because having 3 weapons that almost use identical stats,
Yeah.
except for a slight weight discrepancy.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could still go for this one slices basically to short scimitar. This one's really stabby. This one's really defensive. Because putting a big knuckle bow on a short sword makes quite a difference. That's what a cutlass does.
Okay, so
But it's still valid. £3 short sword plus a wooden scabbard.
so at last point we had it.
Yes.
You guys had signed up with Redrin,
Mm-hmm.
and you had been given an allowance.
We had
Quite a substantial
a
allowance.
whacking great big one actually for our level. 1000 GP per mission each.
And you each have 1,000 gold pieces at your disposal at any merchant center where Redrian has arranged it with a bank.
Yes. It's nice having a backer.
And we agreed we were going to have a look at what happened to the Gnomish Caravan and potentially other events in Karameikos.
And
Yes.
the amusing thing is the person who pushed through all that is currently on vacation, so...
Yes.
Yes.
Or more specifically, the character is no longer on vacation.
Yes.
He'd have to go back to school.
Whoa.
I think he took the money and enrolled himself in the Great School of Magic.
Yes. Well, I'm sure there was stuff in Galancria that he'd investigated while he was studying.
Well, there is rumours of a famous elf singer over there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it one of the other PCs?
Popped up a year ago.
Nah,
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Stefan at all.
no.
No, it'd be Tidal. Or is it your other character?
My other character.
It's his Friday Night's character who drank a potion saying, "Drink me."
Oh.
And so he got the Disney Princess Curse.
Oh dear.
Literal Disney Princess Curse. He can't swear. Every time he sings, he's surrounded by woodland animals.
He needs to get rescued on a regular basis.
He hasn't had that far yet.
No, not yet.
But he's actually turned female and elven.
I've gone from usually being the last one following to the one leading, because
Because the Disney princess is always in front, because that's what princesses do.
ah,
People want to help them.
it's annoying.
Unless you meet someone who never takes their gauntlets or gloves off. Did you know that about the way they do Disney villains?
They don't take their gloves off.
Yes. If you ever see someone in a Disney movie or Disney series that does not take their gloves off at all, they're a villain.
What if they're not wearing gloves to begin with?
They wear gloves. Villains wear gloves or gauntlets or whatever. They've got something they can take off but don't. Always.
It is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
The next question is, in The Lion King... Sorry, I couldn't help but do that one.
When it's obvious they're the villain, they're the villain.
I just couldn't help but
Yes.
ask that one.
But if they are wearing, as I said, if they're wearing something that they can take off and don't,
Would you basically...
which you don't get in The Lion King.
I don't know, I like to see Scar taking off that scar.
Yeah.
This is what I wore all along. I was never scarred. I just wanted to make people think I was dangerous.
No, my scars actually on this side.
Well, if you watch the Hot Shots movie, they do that.
Yeah.
And that makes me laugh.
Yes. Well, it should.
Okay, so
It
yes,
should.
you have many an option to get to Karameikos. You haven't chosen how you're going to get there yet. By foot, by horse, by teenage
It's-
angst, if you can find someone who's got enough angst for you.
I'm not sure the angst would actually work for my mule.
Well, your mule might be teenaged.
You'd be surprised.
It's almost definitely going to be teenage. It's or close to it.
There's a lot of things that can be
I
fueled
don't-
on teenage angst you don't want to know.
Well, Penadir assumes that we're going by hoof.
Well, yes, you've got your elk.
Like, so
Is-
I'm assuming you
is
guys,
elk with
you guys got horses and we travel that way.
His elk even has feathers tied into the antlers as part of
Yes.
his status.
Yes. One thing actually that I want to look into, hopefully before we go,
Mm-hmm.
is one of the initiative abilities for the elfologist is the mount.
Mm-hmm.
What's available?
Okay, let me have a look to make sure I get it right for you.
Because that is something that you get as part of it, not something that takes soul points.
I know. Well, the
At least the way it's written up, anyway.
well, to activate the down, every time you make a roll is basically a point.
Yeah,
So,
but that's the thing. That's
but the
a
thing is
you
it
get a mount. It's not something you activate.
It's still a roll. It's still calling on the god.
Right. Okay.
And anything
It-
above, anything from the first circle onwards, has a cost.
Right.
So
Okay.
anything-
It's not entirely clear. It's the way it's written is you have attracted a mount, or you can get a mount.
in downtime you can get a mount.
Yeah.
Is basically how it's saying. Let me just bring it up properly. Okay, so because I haven't repeated the rules in each of the crafts, the main rules are in the overview one.
Yeah, I know.
So all the
Yeah, but
so
it's- But it does. It's not written as an activatable ability. So it's. I've got no problem with spending a point if that's what it needs. It's just that's not really the way it's written.
Okay, so that
Yes.
one specifically is
To activate this access,
Okay, so which is your actual? You've got the Elf clan,
yeah.
and you want to get a celestial mount.
Well, I don't know what's available, so I don't know what to choose.
Well, they do have Pegasi and unicorns available.
That's
Unicorn may give you a hard time.
what? Because I'm not female.
No,
Yes. Well, that's
because
fair.
because you haven't been in the woodlands enough.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. Well, we're about to go through a lot of woodlands.
You're intending on going around them, I believe.
Well, yeah, quite probably.
Okay.
We're going near woodlands. Yes, but it's getting a Pegasus has issues because it means I end up having to leave people behind while I go and do stuff.
Not
Good. It's
really,
good
because,
for it's good for scouting though.
downtime is just if everyone takes a week before they head off, you have it with you.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about if I actually use the Pegasus as a Pegasus, I'm flying. Other people are not.
Doesn't
Right,
mean
that's
you
my
can't
point.
travel with them.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, no.
right.
I can travel with them and so I'm just saying it's.
And a Pegasus
It-
can
it-
walk still.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the problem. The problem is that one person having a flying mount, okay, it's bloody useful, but it has party cohesion issues.
Well,
We can get
I
around,
would
we can
suggest-
get around a lot of that.
I would suggest no more than when the party mage effectively constantly uses fly.
Yeah. Well, that's
So-
always fun.
But that's it. Like, if you've got access to a Pegasus
Yes,
as opposed to buying a horse, I would think it was worthwhile.
yes, there is that.
The greater complication you're going to have, of course, is it attracts a lot more attention. It's potentially harder to house if you're in a town.
Yes.
You've got to buy special equipment and maintain special equipment to actually ride it.
Oh yeah.
All
No,
that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, that's
like,
always.
but
That's
they're
always
all
that's always going to be an issue with a non-standard mount.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got the same issue with my elk.
Well,
So-
I'm enforcing that in my Sunday game because one of the party has decided that she wanted one of her characters to have a Triceratops.
Mm-hmm.
Not as a draft animal for their travelling wagon, as a mount. So yeah, because they've got a basically mobile house, big caravan.
I did have one that had had one, except unfortunately he was senile, and he didn't know what he was allowed to eat, and he kept chewing everything to see this is what I could eat.
It's a dinosaur. They do that anyway. They're thick.
Yes, but even the person got in front of it, you'll try them and see, are you edible?
Yeah, not something you want to have happen when it's a Tyrannosaurus or when it's a Triceratops. Yes, I actually disagree with their write-up because I'm presuming you got this from the existing books on the knife shield, where the weapon has a chance of breaking. No competent weaponsmith will make a weapon that delicate.
Yeah, but it's all put in there as part of the balancing of D&D
I know
purposes.
the thing is, it's not a real balance thing. It's hi. This is a pointy shield that does a little bit more damage than the horn one, and it got a 50% chance of breakage. 1 in 10 I could see. 50%? No.
Well,
No even remotely competent weaponsmith would do that.
So there are a whole bunch of beasts that you can get, as well as monstrosities and other things. But I'm probably going to have to say that the hit dice of the creature is how many points you have to put into, how many hit points you have to sacrifice to get.
Yeah, that's valid. It actually becomes worthwhile thinking about getting something moderately chunky that'll actually survive getting in a fight if we get started in one, and getting it only during a downtime where I could spend
Time
basically
recovering.
go and get that and then spend the time recovering afterwards.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that next time you have a big chunk of downtime, I'm happy to do that then.
Yeah.
I just went through and had a look at seeing what I had available. That's my pile of beasts because I managed to pick up the NPC and animal pack.
Yeah.
And most of these things aren't in it in the normal thing. And it's like, well, I'm just wanting things
'Cause
like
there's-
the pony.
Because there's yes, because there's some actually reasonably cool.
Like the wind kobold is in the animal and NPC pack.
Winged kobold.
It's the wind kobold.
I
It's
like
in
it.
It's been in there from the base of the game, but it was not actually. They gave you just the base kobold.
Right. Another thing where they used what the artist gave them.
It didn't matter about the picture. It's just that the fact that they didn't actually give you a stat block for it.
Yeah.
So technically, you could also grab an awakened tree and an awakened shrub, but they don't move very fast.
No, they wouldn't.
what does title ride or cover with?
I don't think I have a mount. The only thing I did have was a donkey called White. No, eats carrots.
Which is entirely valid.
That's not a,
Unfortunately, I have no idea what happened to Eats Carrots. It's been a while since you've seen him.
yeah,
Maybe someone ate Eats Carrots with carrots.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Get a water elemental that's an embodied wave and surf everywhere.
That might piss off my ex.
She might not actually
if
be
it's
your
properly
ex.
trained.
She might still be your current, just that she's not with you right now.
I don't. Okay, I'm. What's the word?
You don't actually know the mirrored, mating rituals.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm currently.
Research time.
What's it called? I can't remember what the term is.
In trouble.
But yes, in trouble is accurate.
And like the water, she doesn't stays in the same place for long.
Yes.
So by the time he's heard of where she's been, she's already moved on.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I could maybe find something else to ride.
Yeah. And there's
Well, I mean, like, okay, I've clearly got no issue if you like, but I would expect that. Well, like I said, Paradeer would be assuming we're travelling by hoof or by foot.
yeah. We'll travel on the
Now,
road.
If there are other options, you'd be happy to listen to them. But but yes, if we are going to go down that pathway, then yes, it would be worth finding out. Okay, how are people travelling then?
Yep.
So,
I mean, I'd be happy to rent a horse if need be, or whatever it is we're doing.
well, you can buy a
Well,
horse.
we can
Or
buy one in Darrington.
Yeah.
In fact, given what I'm going to do, I will do that.
So you're not getting a Pegasus?
I'm not getting a Pegasus now. Well, yeah, although it has its attractions. What's the hit dice on a Pegasus? Or the CR, whatever it is. Yeah.
Pegasus, well, they are celestial horses, which is a bonus.
Yeah.
Pegasus is 7.
7 hit points. Ain't wearing that. I'm getting a horse.
I can look up unicorn if you that would.
One of the things that
Unicorn would send you back 9.
later. I'm not giving up a fifth of my hit points. Thank you very much. More than a fifth of my hit points.
Hippogriff?
It's probably just as worse. That's in the same range as a Pegasus.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hippogriff also have the aspect that they're not so good for the rest of the party
No,
because they tend to eat horses.
Drazzle shows you what he's riding.
I was actually about to say one of the things that I've really liked. He's got a green drake.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they're probably available just for purchase.
No.
No? Okay. What's available for purchase apart from just a horse?
You have horses. You have eagle of unusual size. You have
Probably ridiculously expensive.
hippogriffs are available for purchase. You have griffins available for purchase.
Griffins.
You have gnomish flying devices available for
For rental.
semi-rental.
Yeah.
It's considered rental because no matter how much you pay, you're unlikely to get more than 1 or 2 dishes out of it.
And you have to keep taking it back to them to get it fixed up anyway.
Is Cassius still in the tower?
Cassius is yes, he's still at the tower.
Okay, I might go see Cassius.
Yep.
Yeah, getting a griffin would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he can give you some lessons.
Yes. How much is a griffin though?
Okay.
Way more than we've got.
I'll look up the hit dice again.
Well, you've got 1,000.
Yeah. 1,000 might be a starter for some mounts.
Player's book. Monster book.
You could buy a few talons, maybe.
I need to check
Yeah.
my health actually. Make sure I've done it right.
Okay. Griffin. Griffin is 7 hit dice, so I'd probably put it at 700 gold to buy one as a mount.
700 gold.
It'd be about 100 per hit
Really
dice.
tempting.
100 G. I don't think how much do I have left? I don't know.
That's before you buy the gear.
The gear.
Which is another like 300 or 400 for special stuff.
Griffin.
So that does actually sound very cheap, really.
That's
For
before
Griffin,
gear.
Yeah, but
No.
the
I'm
gi-
talking about considering
actually getting
the,
a griffin to start with,
what's
that is cheap.
the cost of a horse?
A couple of hundred.
And I think a horse only has maybe 1 or 2 hit die.
Yeah. Yeah, a griffin is, well,
7
sorry.
hit dice.
Yeah, I know, but and it's also a flying mount, and they're a bugger to feed though, because you've got to buy whole sheep. But yeah,
So, I mean, I'm more than happy if you can pick it up at that price, but
it's yeah.
So what you're thinking, more along the lines of 200 per hit dice because they are flying creatures?
Well, I mean, like, a war horse costs 400 GP.
So in which case then I might put the griffin at 1400 then.
That's still cheap. $4,000 maybe. Think about it. Right? It's a combat capable, 7 hit dice, flying creature, each one of those should be a multiple.
Okay, well,
But then does
I'd
that
like
put
it
it out
to
of your
be
price range, so you're not going to worry about it anyway.
Yeah, I'd like it to be cheap,
Okay.
but yeah,
It's 1400.
yes,
Good to know for later at least.
yeah.
so we'll figure out something worthwhile, because I
Yeah.
don't think there's actually anything in the game yet as to say buying mounts, here's a good price for it.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they do talk about in the player's handbook the fact that, mounts other than those listed are available in the worlds of D&D, but they're rare and not normally available for purchase.
yeah.
These include flying mounts, Pegasi, griffins, hippogriffs, and similar
Which mean-
animals.
Yeah, which
etc.
means there's special, which means the special prices. It's whatever whoever wants to.
Exactly,
sorry,
that's right.
whatever
So,
someone's
I mean, obviously,
but
it could
doesn't give you
potentially be different here in the sense in Darrakan, apparently they are available.
yeah, but
so-
it doesn't give you a range. That's the thing.
So how much
Yeah.
is the gear for griffins?
Okay, so there is a
Exotic,
buying section.
exotic saddle base start at 60, I think.
I'm
Yeah,
just making notes
something
for
like-
later, so it doesn't have to be right now
Well,
if you want to.
I'll figure out the prices for them and get back to you,
Okay,
and I'll
no
actually
worries.
make it a thing
Yeah.
that I
Alright.
write up about,
Yeah,
because we'll make an interesting article to write about.
Okay.
yeah,
Because,
Um,
exotic saddle is listed at 60 gold
yeah,
for required for any riding any aquatic or flying mount,
yeah.
Okay.
which is like a standard saddle is 10 gold.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'll have to work out how much training is as well.
Well, you'd be buying one fully trained, which would technically be more expensive than buying a young one and training it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I
what
assume
they
that was the
talk about.
1400 was.
No, they most likely only sell fully trained ones from
Yeah.
there, because it's they wouldn't have at an outpost the young.
And I'm
Yeah.
assuming you also need to train yourself as well to ride them, because you can't just magically.
No, 5th edition. Riding is not a skill. You just know
Oh.
how to ride.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Presumably-
riding a flying mount might be slightly different.
I would, yeah, for certain things I would go, yeah, okay, come on, give me a dex roll.
As long as you're not just trying to bareback, then I'm going to say if you're in a saddle, you know how to use a saddle.
Fair enough.
Anything other than that is basically putting too much onto the PC. That's why, like with the weapon mastery, instead of making you fight and get every little bit, with downtime, I'm giving some of it away as part of your leveling.
Yeah.
And why you can sort out things that you find useful.
Yeah,
So-
okay. This is from the D20 SRD. And these prices are relatively consistent across multiple versions of the D&D game. So I'm not sure which version of the D&D it is. Oh, this one's Pathfinder, sorry. But the costs are basically equivalent across the different versions. Hippogriff, combat trained, 5 grand. Griffin, combat trained, 8 grand. Which actually sounds entirely valid.
Well, I was going to say, because in 5th ed, your hippogriff is only a 3 hit dice creature, where your griffin's a 7 hit dice. So
Yeah, but this is a combat trained hippogriff.
yeah,
You got combat trained, you got flight, you got multiple hit dice.
but
Okay. Then you got bit and bridle and all that. It's actually got, I love this, it's got brush dandy and then brush mastodon. One presumes it's using mastodon hair.
Or you pay to brush one or the other.
No,
Just
Right.
teasing you.
yeah, riding animals. These are the ones that are easy to use. These are your basic ones. Giant frilled lizard, which is a sort of equivalent to what he's got. Rhino, 1 grand. You can get a rock as a mount. That would probably carry all of us. 7,200. These are not combat trained, I'll make the point. But an aurochs, now that would be impressive to ride. Because an aurochs is basically the size of your elk and about twice as heavy. You ever seen a picture of an aurochs?
yeah.
Yeah. 6.5, 7.5 feet at the shoulder. And a cow. Dinosaurs and megafauna. Oh, I want one of these as a bloody combat pet. Deinonychus. Get a couple of them.
You can even, even got stats for
Okay,
it.
so but are
Yeah.
you guys
So-
organising mount for the trip, or are we travelling some other method?
I am going to get a horse for now.
Yeah, I think horse is the best option for now.
So what with
Okay,
just
so-
a riding horse?
I just went through a basic list of animals I have there, and I'm able to
Yep.
say that they will have cow, camel, giant lizard,
I actually like the idea of a giant lizard.
giant goat, giant hyena,
No.
giant badger,
That has interesting thoughts for an elf.
draft horse, dire wolf, mule, mastiff,
That's a good halfling mount. Or a gnome mount.
riding horse, tiger, warhorse, and pony.
Right, so the big lizard,
So
or
he'll-
possibly, well, sorry, because his drake is his paladin mount or his cleric mount. But if I get just a big lizard as a mount,
Yep. That will
Uh,
cost you, I'm going to say 600 gold to get the giant lizard.
cool. So it's going to need a special version of the saddle and so on. Because, can I have a look at the stats? Just
Yep. That's why I got it out.
Yep. What's the speed on a horse?
A riding horse or a war horse is speed 60.
60.
My elk is speed 50. I'm not certain what the drake is off the top of my head.
The drake is speed 30.
Yeah,
30.
so is the giant lizard.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
So it can
The-
also
the-
swim.
That one can swim, and this one has spider climb. You can actually go on roofs with it.
It's a dwarven mount.
Yes. Also a drow mount.
Not the drow in
Oh,
this
sorry,
one.
not drow. But yeah, anyone subterranean's going to want it. Durgar. That sort of thing. Hold breath. Can hold its breath for 15 minutes, and it can do spider climb. However, you do need a special saddle that straps you on.
You basically got a flying mount saddle.
Yeah.
Equivalent.
Yeah. But given we are travelling rather than doing cool stuff, I'm going to get a riding horse. Oops, sorry.
So Dresser will be holding you up.
Yes.
Yeah, so if Glasgow's mount only goes at 30, then Tidal may not want to mount at all. He can probably walk faster.
Yeah, but that includes... Well, the thing is, you've got multiple animals on which you can keep your stuff. So you don't have to carry anything.
So does Tidal will want a camel, because, extra humps means it's probably got water in there.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Except camels don't do that.
But, I mean, what are people's... Like, are some of your mounts like a move speed of 40, or what is it?
Dressel's mount has a move speed of 30.
Oh, 30. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is no faster than people walking normally.
Yes.
Well, considering I have a move speed of 45...
That's right. So, like I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised if Tidal could easily move faster than the mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. However, after a day's travel, you're going to be tired. Being on a mount's a good idea.
so hang on, so is Glasgow's mount, did you say it was like your Paladin mount?
He's a cleric, he's not a paladin. He
I
That's
know,
what I
but
thought.
it's a special mount though, isn't it?
It's a racial mount.
Oh, racial mount. Okay.
So it's a mini dragon thing?
It's a dragon.
Okay.
It's not a mini dragon.
It's a drake.
It is
Oh,
a
it's
dragon.
a drake, is it?
It
Yeah.
understands Draconic.
Yeah.
So Drazzle can hold a
Oh.
conversation
Remember-
with it, but he can't talk back.
Yeah.
Remember the draconians that we were fighting earlier on? They had mounts.
Yeah.
That's
Same
what he's
thing.
got.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Except
What
they're not
speed does it have?
30. That's the problem.
Right, it has
There's-
30.
there-
And what's
it's-
Drazzle's speed?
30.
So his base speed is 30. And so it's exactly the same as his mount.
Yes. On the other hand, his mount carries stuff.
Why doesn't me and Drazzle just swap places during the trip? So we're not as tired.
Or
You
both
could-
of you get on his Drake.
Can the Drake
But-
carry both of them?
It is a
Yeah.
medium-sized creature, so I don't think
But-
it can carry 2.
Well, one of them
Well,
is
if
small.
the Drake's only a medium-sized
Well,
creature, technically
actually-
it can't carry Drazzle.
Mules are also medium-sized.
Would Drazzle be
Here's the
open
thing.
to the idea?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty certain Mount has to be bigger than you under most circumstances.
The
Unless you give him the Beast of Burden special feature.
Beast of Burden special feature means that at a particular size, it's effectively one size larger because it's horizontal.
Yep.
So it can right.
Happy with that? Excellent. Okay.
Yeah. If you've ever seen anyone a normal size adult riding a South American donkey, not the European donkey. No?
Oh yeah, again.
Those
real world,
things,
I've
it's
got
the
no
size of
issues
it.
with the fact that it can be done.
Yeah.
So I had thought that D&D
Oh, yeah.
just basically said, nah,
No.
Mount has to be bigger than you unless there's particular factors,
Yeah, but it's the
which obviously are incorporated.
So
yeah,
if you
the
have a
particular,
look,
the particular factor is the particular factor is
it's-
it's horizontal.
yeah,
it's
it's
effectively
got-
bigger.
Yeah, happy with that.
Yeah.
so that's not normally on them, but his ones are bred for that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. What we want is lizards that is bred for speed. Well, actually, a dinosaur that's fast.
Oh, there are dinosaurs available, just not
I,
here.
I know.
They talk about them in the Isle of Dawn,
Yeah. Well, the other thing I was looking at.
where you can get a horse bigger than a house.
Yeah. Yes. Or Megaloceros, which is like, let's get a rhino and make it big. Yeah,
Although
Megatherium.
actually, just looking at that Beast of Burden thing,
Yep.
it's talking about mules considered a large animal for the purpose of determining its carrying capacity.
Yep.
Often that refers to the fact of it can carry more weight,
Yeah.
not necessarily more size.
Mm.
Which is why I said he can carry one person, not 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is why I'm wondering if Drazzle would be willing for me and him to swap every 2 hours or
Well,
whatever.
but remember
Yeah.
also that technically, even on a mount, the party would still be marching no more than 8 hours a day
Yes.
because the mount get tired.
Oh yeah.
Therefore, if Tidal could quite happily walk along and would effectively not get any more tired than normal
Yes.
because it's a standard travel process. So
Yeah.
the adventurer is considered fit and hardy and able to travel 8 hours a day every day without actually suffering ill effects.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that would.
So in the case of for Tidal, the only real advantage for him getting a mount or a beast of burden or somewhere is to carry stuff. If he got a horse or something, then obviously he can go faster. As a party, though, we're not
Yeah.
going to be travelling at that speed anyway. So it comes down to, like I said, Peridir is assuming we're going by hoof because he's got his elk.
Yep.
If Tidal locks up on the morning with just himself, Peridir might look for a moment and think, oh well, yeah, no, I know Tidal can walk pretty quick, so that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tidal's good at running.
Yep.
Okay, just checking the actual base travel times.
Yep.
So are we actually looking to leave the day after talking to Redrian? Or is
Considering
there things people still need to do in Darrakan?
I would say we've planned to do this trip. Spend a day getting stuff we need for the trip,
Mm-hmm.
like going and buying a horse and stuff like that.
Yep. Well, I mean, the other factor, of course, is, again, Peridir makes the assumption we're travelling by hoof.
Yes.
That is not to say that it's not going to be a hell of a lot faster to jump on a boat.
Yes. And there is.
But again, that's just not the way that Parody thinks.
No, it
So-
isn't. Yeah, well, and there are some boats we could use.
Well, especially considering if Dragged Mount only goes at 30,
Yes.
then a boat is certainly something to
Yeah.
consider.
And something I was just having a little bit of a look at here is it would be valid for Hurl the way that I'm doing him, for him to get a carriage and a couple of draft horses.
It is.
I don't know that the
It's
roads from Darrican to Karameikos are that good all the way, but again, that'd be something you'd find out.
that's why it's better going for a horse.
You have been told by the merchants that you can take a full carriage
all the
from
way.
Darrican City to the capital of Karameikos.
Any of the major roads will quite happily take a carriage.
Just try not to get to Threshold with it. One of the starting town of adventurers in Mystara.
Yeah.
It's up a mountainside.
Yeah, well, you get the same problem with the Atruaghin.
The other thing to consider is that if we're only going to travel at 30, base 30 because of Dragged Mount, is it worth looking to hire on as caravan guards or something?
Yeah. Yep, which also means we've got other people who can keep watch when we're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can even pay to travel with a caravan.
Yep, actually that would be a thing too. Sign up with a caravan as part of the caravan rather than as guards.
And
Although I like the idea of being paid for the work.
Well, you can have your own caravan, join them and carry whatever you want in there.
Yeah. Yes. There is one thing that does work out relatively nicely with a riding horse, is that a riding horse, with the various bits that you'll want to have on it, is a nice round, basically 100 GP.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the horse, the saddle, bit and bridle, and saddlebags. He's basically 100 GP.
Yep.
So pricing is easy. I think we'll just go with that. It's a lot simpler. But yeah, I do like the idea of going with a caravan.
You do notice that horses don't like Dresel.
Well, no. But it can learn.
The reason he hasn't been riding a horse is because he can't get near a horse.
Yeah. Well, he's a predator and smells like one. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be a problem. But horses can learn. They'll work with dogs and stuff like that. But yes, at some point I would like to do either a cart or a carriage. Probably a carriage.
Well, let's look at the prices for it.
Well,
We start with.
I've got it here. 100 GP for a carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2 draft horses is another 100.
Remember, you being trained as a driver of a carriage is like a proficiency?
Well, yeah. The thing is, it's a carriage. It's to be ridden in, which means I would be getting a henchman to actually be the carriage driver.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And he's got the skill, and that's all he's
Oh,
got for.
absolutely. Yep. Happy with that.
Yeah. If we want to go the carriage route, it would make it a lot simpler to carry stuff.
And you could even get yourself a horse as well because you've got the money.
Yeah.
You're being paid for expenses after all.
Yes.
But if people have people actually got stuff that's worth carrying that they can't carry?
Depends. If we're going a really long distance, having a lot of supplies might be useful. At the moment, though, no.
It also means you have the opportunity to carry larger things you can't normally carry. And
Oh, absolutely.
I
I'm not denying the usefulness of it, but I'm saying the usefulness is less if we haven't actually got that stuff to carry.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about just going with a horse for now, because I've got a horse, I've got a donkey, or a mule. It would be nice to have a carriage because it would be cool, but we don't need one.
Well, while Lowell and possibly Tidal, I don't think so though, is spending a day getting prepared and thinking about what sort of mount and things like that, Peter Deer will actually ask around and just see whether or not the options for caravans going in that direction, how often they travel, whether that's a viable option to go with, things like that. So.
Okay, give me a
Very good idea.
Diplomacy roll as you gather some information around town.
I mean, if the decision is we're getting mounts, then I'll just go with a simple draft horse. Or something. Not draft.
Riding horse.
Riding horse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's reasonable basic. That's why I'm going for it. 100 GP. I'm all set up. I've got saddlebags. The whole works.
And the other thing is you also can hire a retainer to ride it for you, so you can look after the horse when you don't need it.
Well, that's what having a pony is for.
Does someone want to roll D20 for me? Although I'm not actually. I'm not saying diplomacy anymore. Where are we for fifth ed?
Charisma check, I believe.
Persuasion. Is diplomacy.
Persuasion, yeah. Yep. Well,
too many game systems.
No, they can't.
Well, that's the thing. I'm a diplomat. I had to go and find out what I use.
Okay, so give me a persuasion roll.
Right. So, you want your persuasion bonus?
-1.
Brilliant. I rolled a 20. So.
So, Jeremy, as you walk around town, you have people come up trying to shake your hand?
People like you today.
Even though I'm a stinking barbarian clansman feared by all Darrakan.
Yes, and basically...
And quite happily putting on that show. But admittedly, he has spent time around Darrakan somewhat.
They don't want to get on your bad side.
So they are talking to you in strange foreign languages.
Are they?
Yes, they are. There is Yulari, there is Noari, there is Alphatian.
Alphatian, I speak.
So that they're basically saying, it's you, you're that big barbarian guy from the book.
Yes. That book has a lot to answer for.
Describe you perfectly.
Possibly you're confusing me with another gentleman riding such a fine beast as this.
And so, is it true you can turn into animals?
Do you actually want to answer that?
Generally speaking, Atruaghin is ignoring those that come to him unless they've got information about the caravans and things like that. But if they're chasing along and trying to chase and say, "Oh, is it you? Is it true?" He says the clansmen have great affinity with the animals, if that's what you mean.
You do have a feeling that some of them are confusing you for a certain druid who died.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Probably making the heart beat a little bit faster every now and then, as you remember.
Yep.
I failed in that one.
Well, poo.
So you managed to make it up into the merchant capital, the actual building where all the merchants are run out of, and a bunch of them are coming out to greet you because apparently there's been a parade and you're it. And they come out and say, "So, how may we be of service?" With the look of people trying to, quickly deal with the situation so people can get back to work.
I'm merely interested in trading routes and caravans that may be heading down to the southeast.
To the somewhere else.
Okay, so the guy who spoke to you points to two guys on the end and says, "You want those two? Everyone else back inside."
And what's the reaction from the two guys on the end?
That they both look a bit startled, and as they go to step towards in, he says, "You can sort of hear him in the back going, if you step inside without helping him, don't come back."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and one of them's going, "But Dad."
So you've got the respect of fear. You've terrorised people into liking you.
Okay,
And
so
it just happens to have worked out well today.
Well, okay, but he spent some time in Darrican. He's got a bit of renown in Darrican, so...
Yes, he does.
he is known here.
Yes.
So they go, "So, pray dear, what do you need help with?"
I was
as he
merely
sort of-
inquiring as to if there are any caravans that might be heading southeast down towards Specularum and possibly beyond in the near future.
Well, we have quite a few things. Well, I got the wrong map open, but I've got the map open.
Oops.
We do have quite a few things going. I'll have to figure out what I did with that
I
map.
feel like that was in character between them. Oh, the wrong map. Whoops. This is the map we want.
I've done it in character. It's funny.
It is. Okay, so there is a trade map of the region, which I don't have easy access to, but it basically details all the goods that travel the roads in that region.
Okay.
And basically what each major hub is looking for, and what they have surplus of. So characters can actually make a killing if they deal in trade.
Yep.
So the further
If
you
they've got the skills
travel,
for it.
the more likely you'll make money. The shorter the distance, the less likely you'll make money.
Yep.
Well, one of the reasons that Peredir was interested in travelling by caravan was the idea that if we're going to investigate what happened to the Gnomish caravan,
Being bait.
possibly
Yeah.
it was not just the Gnomish one individually, maybe there were caravans generally, so...
That's true. And another reason to travel by caravan.
Here we go.
So we can do that.
The master map on what travels around the country.
Cool.
Okay, so you will be heading towards Salonika.
Mm-hmm.
And they are currently sending dyes and pigments, preserved fish, and glassware. Glassware along that route.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't need to know what they're carrying. I'm wondering if they're travelling and when they're travelling.
They have a weekly caravan heading out from Darrican.
Cool.
Doing the roughly 400 miles to Salonika.
And would the caravan likely be interested in additional guards or support travellers?
Would you be one of them, sir?
I am planning on heading in that direction, and so would be happy to have company, and hey, happy to earn my way during the process.
I'm happy to write something up to say you're the royal protector of the road, so they'll have to accept you, sir. Not that we have any royalty, but hey, I'm sure they won't know the difference.
Well, I say I am happy to serve as protector.
Okay.
Yes.
And will that solve your problem, sir, for today?
My
Well,
Janazi senses are tingling.
The most important part that I'm interested in is the contact of the people who I might meet
I
to
was
discuss about the when they leave and if they require such protection.
well, if you like, I can make it a mandate that they must take you.
No, let's not force people. I'm not there to say anything.
A person of your esteem really is a gift to whoever takes you. They should pay you for the privilege.
He just doesn't
Well,
want
that
you
would
to hit
be As I said, I expect that I'm happy to provide support. So,
So, do you have a preference for elves, humans, gnomes, dwarves, or other?
whoever is interested in such protection.
Is he asking about employers or
And,
dancing
and,
girls?
and
He didn't
those
ask the right
leaving
question,
soonest.
so we don't
No.
know. I would have said gnomes because of what we're interested in. but-
Well,
Yeah.
I can basically have a order for them to leave as soon as you show up, if you so desire. You pick the caravan; they'll leave when you say so.
Well, that would seem pointless for their trading plans if they were not yet ready to leave.
They will be well compensated.
So, I thank you for the offer, but such
You know what we should do?
restrictions are not required.
Well, they would
Senior
just
service
they would just
that
get
used
preferential treatment
Yeah.
on
20
dealing with their
barbarians that
trade
run
before
on
they
killing
leave.
half.
The
So
messengers.
I don't actually have to
Send
pay
it
them. I
before
just
we
have to give them
leave,
preferential
and when
treatment.
we come across as dead, we say, "Oh, that must have been dead."
That's true. If we there's the thought there, use the barbarian messengers to send messages between where we are and where we're going, so that on the way we can just loot whatever the barbarians have gone over, and just do that from town to town.
Just make a note of the message. Please pass through this person's inn, and if you happen to see this particular person,
Please deliver this message. What's this message?
Oh yes.
Yes, I can deliver that. Do you want to hear repeat that so I get it right?
just make sure in the payment he's rather deaf. Make sure you repeat it multiple times.
I think you overpaid. I did. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you some change.
Actually, that would be a thing, is doing it as a group of barbarians, because you get paid to travel places, but you also get to loot things on the way through. It's actually moderately lucrative.
Well, there is the Ethingarian messenger service.
Mm.
They are there, and they are basically the scariest things on the roads.
Yep.
Yeah, I still don't know the total number of people I accidentally killed by delivering a letter.
Too many.
Me and Ariana were talking about it today, actually. We called it the Incidental Assassination Service.
Actually, it's valid, because as long as you work out lines between things and go, I want to do horrible things to that, I'm going to stand here and tell them to
Make sure
send a
you go
message to
by
there.
this town and stop at this inn at this particular time and
Right.
shout at this drunkard.
Just keep sending letters to the person you don't like.
Yeah, yes.
Well,
Death by spam.
reminiscent of an old joke about the.
Yes.
I can't remember exactly what the races were involved, but basically the joke was this gentleman wanted the Russians to attack the
Yes.
Germans or something, and then back again and back and forth, all three wishes, and didn't understand what it was. In fact, well, they went over and over 6 times over the skies between them.
The joke there is, it's the King of Poland
Yeah.
telling the Russians to sorry. No, it's the King of Germany telling the Russians to attack them. So it's, hi, I'm German, please attack Germany to the Mongols. And this happens every year. And the third time, and the guy is visiting, sees it the third time, why are you doing that? Every time they turn up, they rape and pillage and burn and they loot everything, and you lose so much. And he said, yes, but they go over Poland twice.
Yeah.
So yes, how to weaponize the Mongols. How to weaponize something that's basically a weapon. Yeah.
Okay, so the caravan is going to go east to Salonika and then the caravan we're going to is Salonika rather than the directly to Karameikos. Is that right?
Yep, because the only route to Karameikos that you've currently
Is
got
via
on
Salonika.
offer is via Salonika. You can go via Athenos and then Shiaton, but that's not a route to take a wagon.
No, that's right. The other question I have then is, where does the Gnome caravan go back and forth between that disappeared?
It disappeared between Kelvin and Specularum.
Oh, okay, right. Where did it come from somewhere else originally?
Yes, just across the river from Kelvin, which is Highforge.
Yeah, okay, so it was just the High Forge one back and forth. So yeah, it's a purely Karameikan caravan in that sense. So
it was.
Yep. Okay. Well, okay. Still travelling by a caravan to Selenica and then potentially another caravan south down into Karameikos will still be potentially valuable for understanding what they're expecting and how they travel. So.
So yes, you have a you've been given a right of authority to give whichever caravan master you give it to preferential treatment until they leave.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because you've just impressed the hell out of them. Because you're mean enough.
Or scared them.
Well, it's impress by basically being a scary barbarian with a walking great elk.
And it also says that it only works if they take the bearer of this letter with them. Otherwise, they will be subject to fees incurred.
Oh dear. And it's
Right.
Darrakan, which means lots of money.
Okay.
Imagine that gun for
Well,
the mayor's
I will then go
caravan
and actually.
taking that. And the mayor goes, "Where's my caravan?"
I will then go and try and chase up some of these caravans that are heading towards Selenica and ask if they're interested in any additional guards and or if they're interested as to when they expect to depart and whether they're interested in authority to leave sooner.
Okay, so the second guy who was waiting until the first one had finished, he's happy to take you to the warehouses on the eastern end of Darrakan, where all the caravans that head east are located.
Right.
Thank you, kind sir.
Because like any great city, they don't really want to take the caravans through the city if they don't have to.
Yep.
And they don't store them in the city if they want to take them in a certain direction. So they're all located near the.
They're all out of the edge. Yep.
They got a northern, a southern. They basically got the warehouses around the exits to the city.
Yep. Yes, which is what you do.
Okay, so he takes you over and he chats to you along the way, saying he did hear that there is a elven lass heading that way with long red hair and every time she walks through town, there's guys following her with their mouth open. You can almost follow the drill. Then there is the Nuari guy who is tall and dark skinned. He stands out so much that everyone else sort of stops and stares and or runs into things. And so they're completely different spectrums on the scale of
being distracting.
But they're distracting exactly the same way.
Yes, of course. The mechanics are the same.
And he finds it actually quite interesting because the Nuari guy is actually a lot nicer to talk to than the Elven lass, who is very,
very standoffish.
Well, she doesn't speak anything but Elvish, and he doesn't speak Elvish.
Yes, but I do. And probably go to some of the same parties.
And then there was there is the halfling troop of entertainers. They don't actually take anything with them except for their entertaining stuff. And apparently it takes a lot of wagons.
Right, halfling circus.
Supposedly. Or it's just a halfling drug ring.
Could be the same thing.
Could be the same thing.
Could
Well,
be both.
you know most circuses were also a smuggling organisation.
Well, there you go.
Well, some were, yes.
Well, the older ones were a lot easier to do it.
And some of them were also spies.
Because that also worked.
Yes. Hello, push.
Because the skill set was fairly similar.
Yes.
And then he says the next one on there is a guy that he knows you did business with. He has a group of people taking fish that way because he likes dealing in fish.
No, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, the Mr. Caravan.
Yeah,
And there's nothing
Mr.
like
Cora.
Yeah.
being seen infiltrating and someone going, I saw a clown in the place. And it's like, what? No, why the hell you'd see a clown? It's like, yes, it's a clown.
Well, the other one is, if they see a clown, which member of the circus are you?
And then the other thing is, can you please describe the clown? It's like, but I've never seen a clown before. How do I describe it? It's just, he's got makeup. So makeup. This guy's got makeup on. What's the makeup look like? That doesn't sound like anyone I know.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. And nobody only wear makeup. Okay, so yes, which one do you want to be taken to first, Jeremy? Because he gives you the option.
Yes, because you're the one making all the choices right now.
So he's at your disposal until you don't need him any longer.
So, which do you understand is planning on leaving first?
They're all scheduled to leave around the same time in the next week. Basically, whenever they can get through the bureaucracy, they load up and go. And all these guys are tied up in red tape right now because some of them have forgot to pay their dues or other things. So these would be the people most likely to go, yes, we'll take you on at whatever you ask for.
Particularly if you can do something like walk up to somebody and impress them into letting them go. Or let the caravan go.
No. Provide a letter of authority that says they can get through.
Yes.
Well, in that case, then yes, I believe Jadad and Corin was certainly most hospitable to me previously.
Okay, so I shall take you over to one of his sons. He runs the place over here.
Acts like a familiar. Isn't one, but he's just cute.
Teach the pickpocket, give it a pickpocketing skill.
Yes. Yeah, they've got pack animal listed as a.
Okay, so you get to
generic.
the Corin and Son shipping.
Yep.
Yeah. You get yak.
And
they're
Yak have.
they're planning an overland route.
yeah, so they basically do wagons as part of their shipping.
Fair enough.
So they don't really care how they ship it. They just get it. They just say they'll get it there.
Mm.
And they mainly deal in preserved fish.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's the main staple of his enterprise, which is why he's been able to feed you in fish.
Yeah, because it's just stock. Yes, as long as it's not the Swedish stuff. That stuff's evil.
So I will walk up to the Corin factor and.
As you walk in, you're greeted like a family member. They come up and they give you a hug because he is basically a 12-year-old.
Yeah, one of the groups has one.
And he says, "Brad, dear, I haven't seen you since the celebrations from when you
I taught one to
helped
write
my dad."
badly.
Well, indeed, it's been an interesting year. So I hope that your father has managed to make use of the keep.
Yes, he's managed to hire on all the people they've agreed to stay on. They have their own
Marvelous.
quarters using non-conductive walkways and tools.
Mm-hmm.
Else, of course, they're hunting, in which case conductive helps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Doug will be most pleased.
Doug has taken on a new name. He's quite happy to call himself Priscilla.
Priscilla, a perfect name for such a handsome.
Impressive.
Yes.
Well,
Impressive person.
he said the name was pretty when he heard it, so he called himself Priscilla. I have no problems with that. I think it's pretty too. I told him so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just asked him not to hug me again.
Yes.
Apparently, hugging is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I'm actually.
We've been around battle. We're
Sounds like a
used to it.
sign.
I know.
My friends and I were planning on
Hugging is a problem in
to
Derek.
Connecticut. I understand you have a caravan headed in that direction.
Yeah, well, we've got one headed there. It's been ready to go for 2 days, but unfortunately, we've been backlogged in bureaucracy. He points to the guy behind you who's looking embarrassed, because apparently they lost our access papers that we submitted a week ago.
Ah.
It got misfiled, they say. I've got my copy here. I've even had 3 copies sent over of it, and it still keeps getting misfiled.
Right. You can fix
So I
that
look
up.
at the guy beside me and say, has there been an issue?
I'm not responsible for the filing of stuff, sir, but I can make it get unlost.
Unlost.
Well, I mean, okay, if the my friends here are ready to depart, then I believe we should be aiming to depart on the morrow.
Yes.
But he pulls out a set of stamps and gets out some official documents and stamps them for Mr. Curran there, and hands it over and says, "You've now got official permission for your troop to pass."
Cool.
And they will list your wagons as pre-inspected.
Cool.
And then I'll turn back to Mr. Corrin and inquire, is there an opportunity for myself and my friends to travel with you?
Oh, always. Do you guys need any special accommodation? We've got a couple of caravans that travel with it, as well as the carrying the fish itself. We generally have at least 1 or 2 caravans for comfort.
That don't have fish in them.
No, they have fish in them. That's how we cook them.
Yeah, as long as it
They all smell like fish.
smells like. Yes.
I'm sure my friends and I will be interested in joining you as we travel along at various times. Whether we need to take up some of your accommodation, we're there. I'm sure we can arrange other options if we need to.
We're also happy to give any danger pay that we normally give our guards if something were to occur on the way. We're equal on paying people for their due.
Yes.
Well, absolutely. So the expectation would be that yes, I would be glad to offer my services as potentially a scout, and my friends and I will can provide some support in the event there are untoward events on the caravan.
The biggest issues along that road are orcs and elves.
Right.
And the occasional Ethingarian group of mail deliverers.
Yeah, we just keep out of their way.
I know you stopped letting them go past you.
Yes.
So that's right, yes. Orcs can be dealt with, and I suspect one of my travelling companions may be able to deal with elves.
The problem with elves is they take a long time to deal with, not that they cause any problems. It's more the delays they cause.
Yeah, you sometimes see this on the back of elephants.
Have you ever tried to have a
elf.
disagreement with an elf? You know how long they take to actually get to the point?
With a howdah, it'll take 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then normally end the conversation with, at least you didn't try arguing with an ant. I have no idea what an ant is.
Right.
Well, we'll deal with that when it comes up, I'm sure.
Yes.
But yes, okay. If you're happy with that, then we'll meet you first thing tomorrow morning and on the departure.
That sounds like a good plan. I'll make sure everyone's sober and ready to go, and I'll see you off. But my job is to look after the warehouse and the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Absolutely.
And the caravan captain will be told to treat you as honoured guests.
Yes.
Well, okay. I'm happy that we can be additional protection and guard at the same time. So. Is the caravan captain nearby at the present time?
He's currently in one of the inns nearby drinking himself silly because the longer he waits, the more he loses.
He's a bit stressed.
So I'm going to go feed him coffee and sober him up.
Give him the good news that he's on his way.
Yeah.
But I will catch up with him on the morrow then.
That'll sober him up on its own.
Oh, hey, I was just going to... I was going to tell him all about you, so there were no surprises. Are you bringing your fabulous elk along?
Of course.
Yes, okay. We'll be. I'll be travelling with my mount. Yes. So.
It was so nice of you to bring him along to my birthday party, he says.
Yes.
We'll see how we go.
About how
apparently you already have.
Right. Okay. Yes.
I have
that was previous one. Okay.
Yeah, that was in the downtime. Okay, so he rushes. He
Yeah.
heads off.
It is of distinct use.
Did the other guy
Now.
from the
Now.
Merchant Guild already depart?
No, he was waiting for you to say he was okay to leave. And
So
he
he was
didn't
ready to go.
interrupt you.
So. Now, you mentioned that there was potentially another couple individuals that were looking for transport. Was that correct?
No, each of them were a caravan in their own right.
Oh, okay, right. So,
Yeah. This is the advantage.
Are you thinking of trying to combine all the caravans, sir?
oh, no,
Non-medium-sized
like,
creatures.
when you spoke about the
And-
Lardy or whatever,
And every
I got the
except
impression
larger
that
form of
individuals
medium
were
size.
looking to cover. So,
20-foot radius circle. Oh, sorry, 20-foot
Oh,
diameter
it's easy to describe the personality of the guy in charge, or girl as it may be,
So,
because
okay, let's go.
everyone
That-
forgets everyone else because they sort of blend into the
Just put
background.
that in the middle.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what the name of any of these people's horses are.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They list them all on their entry visa.
Yeah.
that's fine. So, well, thank you very much for your time today. Apologies if I've been any inconvenience.
No, I got something to tell people that's an interesting story that they haven't done before.
So,
I get free drinks for a week.
Distinctly useful.
well, I'm glad that our meeting was mutually beneficial.
My name is Bill. Ask for me anytime and I'll always help.
Thank you, Bill. Much appreciated.
Yep. So you've been billed for your requirements. I'm sorry.
Okay, so yeah, he heads off quite happy.
And name
He
more.
seems to be heading straight back to the merchant's thing to run up Bill on the head guy's salary.
So, and ensure that the file all that paperwork that he gets stamped and signed.
Well, that's all part of what he gets paid for.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you were unhappy with it and came back, he'd be in a lot of trouble.
As I say, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. It was, hey, if someone's leaving immediately, that's great. If they weren't, that wasn't going to be an issue either. So,
Okay, so Tidal was doing. You were speaking to the guy up with the griffin.
Oh, yes, I was just checking him how he was doing, and I was asking information about Griffin purchase, his recommendations for gear, and that sort of thing.
Well, he recommends getting a griffin while it's a baby and rearing it. He says it normally costs about $2,000 for a newborn,
$2,000 for a newborn.
and then it'll take you about 2 to 3 years to train it up.
Oh, wow, okay.
You don't really want to fly into combat until you've had a chance to train it.
Yes, and it's going to take a while to train too.
But they are extremely loyal mounts, and the only ones that we're willing to sell are those who have lost their riders. So the ones who have lost their riders are generally a little unpredictable and have a tendency to bite.
Until they get used to you.
Even then. They basically are loyal to a fault to the person who died, whether they're
So-
around or not.
Yeah.
So I understand the training regime. You are trained in military combat, and then you are taught to rear griffins for this period.
We're trained in both.
Oh, okay.
We are taught to raise the griffins as we learn to train, and a lot of them train with us. So they are trained as companions from the moment we start to learn to fight.
Right, okay.
Or we can be a soldier and we get enough from them that they're willing to teach us.
Okay, well, that's good to know. In the future, I may be interested in rearing one, but I will let you know. What's been your experience with rearing yours?
Not to put a big stock in my clothing that I've left on the ground somewhere.
Sorry, what?
Your clothing becomes very holy.
Oh, right.
You may have unexpected points where you realise you've got a draft behind you. We didn't have one the day before.
Aha, yes.
It can be quite embarrassing.
Lots of holes.
Oh, it's Daddy's clothing. I'll need on it.
Yeah.
And then there's also the shoe wear is optional.
Right, because they eat your shoes.
Right. Do they have a tendency for leather or chewing or something?
I don't know. I think it's relating to teething, and then it becomes a habit.
Well,
Oh. Okay, if we assume that they're
beaking
not
anyway.
supposed to be teething on someone's clothes, what do you give a griffin to teeth on?
Well, I didn't really have anything else, so that worked.
What do your companions use?
One of them said, "Oh, look, his bed was a better thing to use," until he never had a bed again. Whatever you use, expect it to constantly use. So if you tease it on, say, a goat, for instance, that you basically massacres a goat to feel better, then every time you come across goats, expect it to massacre the goat.
But
So
what if you give it
being a
like a
little-
small branch or something, or like a log?
Yes, then don't expect the elves to like you.
Oh.
Or anyone with a wooden house, or wooden structure, or wooden building.
So teach them to eat orcs.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
This is probably why you rear it later.
yeah.
The big problem
Or
then is
teach-
importing enough for them to actually learn to use it. And is it considered cruel if you're then tossing in a orc to die?
As long as they're orc bandits. Axbeak, I like the idea of that.
Oh, no.
Yes, Axbeaks are an amazing creature, but I would not recommend riding one because they have a tendency to sneak up on people while they're in the middle of doing stuff and ripping them apart. That's a one way of getting caught with your pants down.
Really tiny problems.
Hmm.
Because
And they
basically,
don't distinguish friend from foe in that case.
so basically, an axbeak is a 3-meter cassowary.
Interesting.
We have one in the Friday in that game, which is why.
Yeah, he was mentioning it.
And it does do exactly that.
Oh dear.
They're always they basically take it with them when they go to relieve themselves, just so they know exactly where it is.
Well, that's good to know. I will have to think in the future of what to teeth a griffin with. That won't be an issue.
Not other griffins.
Not well, yes, amongst other things.
Well, you could get a big leather ball and have it play with that, but I'm not sure we'll confuse it with other things.
Yes, would it then just try and attack other leather things?
Well, finding the best thing is a talent, because you might find what is absolutely perfect for one griffin and the other griffin will not touch it with a claw, if not even glance in this direction.
I like the idea. I like the fact that pseudo dragons, too intelligent to have as pets, but they will hire themselves out as companions.
Guard drakes are very similar.
Which ones?
Guard drakes, very intelligent creatures.
Yep.
They just can't speak. Which is
Yes,
why
but
very-
they can understand. But
Which is
it,
why you can't buy them.
yes,
The dragons, and make sure they're not for sale.
yes, because hey, that's slavery.
Yeah, only they're allowed to do that.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. Oh, Cassius, we're heading to... Where was it we're heading to again?
Karameikos.
Karameikos.
Why stomping ground?
Was there anything you needed delivered while we're there?
Well, I'll be heading over there in the next week or two. I fly over there on a regular basis.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No worries then. I
I,
thought I'd
I
ask.
try to spend at least 3 months of the year at home.
Mm-hmm.
Is that leave from the military?
Oh no, that's where my home base is.
Oh, okay.
So I try to spend 1 week. I think I get about 1 week off, 3 weeks on.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this is not my holiday. This is just one of my posts.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's good to know. Perhaps then I'll see you in Karameikos in the future, if you happen to be around.
Well, I'm currently based in Atruaghin and off Caravan.
So when will you next be in Karameikos?
I'm due to fly over there at the end of the week, so I'll probably be there in maybe about 4 or 5 days.
Okay, so
If you're taking a caravan, I'll tell them to look out for you next month.
is that really how long it takes to get there?
You do know it's snail bound.
Well, Yes, but I wasn't expecting
Air
that.
Express is so much better. Everyone they complain about paying a premium until I point out how much longer it takes to walk there.
Well, yes.
That racing snails aren't on the list.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, but I'm not too
Yeah.
familiar with travelling these lands. Seeing as
No.
spent
You can
most-
always hire one of the gnomish devices and pray to whatever god you believe in that it won't blow up as it takes off.
Yeah,
But he
I'm
points to a scorch mark on the ground. That one didn't make it off the platform.
yeah, I've heard some similar negative things about those, so I'm kind of avoiding those for now.
Well, what's amazing to watch, but make sure your birds aren't anywhere near it because your birds will hate it.
Yes.
I imagine it would traumatize some of your griffins.
Oh, it's not traumatized, they just won't attack the thing.
Oh,
It's like it's giving in a cry of attack.
right. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, that's good to know. Well, in that case, if you don't need anything delivered, I'll see you perhaps in a month's time if you're still around in Karameikos.
I'll try and make sure I'm present when your caravan comes in. Whichever one you're in, by the time you get there, I doubt it'll be just the same one.
Yeah, we'll probably be late knowing us, so...
Yes.
So if you are heading that way, try to get one of the silk wagons. They have the prettiest companions.
The silk wagons?
Yeah, because they have silks going past.
Oh, okay.
And basically half the wagon riders are the models for the silks, so they always hire the really pretty
We're
ones.
going that way.
We already bought the wagon.
Ah.
Well, I don't know this, I assume, but... Okay, well, I'll have to...
We're not going back in yet.
A guy from Yularum who is always trafficking all the way over here, and he just hires on anyone who's pretty. I'm sure you get on with no problem.
I'll have to have a look out for them and let
Yes.
them know that I know you.
Yes.
You might not want to mention my name. I owe him some money, so
Oh.
I might actually get you in some problems. I'm just pointing out he's a fairly decent guy. Just don't play him at dice.
How much did you owe him?
Too much, which is why every time he's due to come here, I'm elsewhere.
Right.
Which is why I'm a little late at the moment, but I couldn't, get my transfer back anytime sooner. So let's fly over the top of the tower. He doesn't like heights.
Right, okay. Is Cassius religious in any way?
Hmm?
What belief are you? Or is he?
He is a devout follower of the Church of Karameikos.
Oh, okay, right. I'm just gonna kind of lean into him and whisper him and say, just between you and me, Cassius, is the Church of Karameikos a fan of gambling?
Not really, but it's not a sin that can't be pardoned.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Unlike harming people and like murder, rape, theft are all considered worse than gambling.
All the normal stuff.
So do you have to, every time you're in Karameikos, ask for forgiveness or something?
Oh no, I just show up to services, pay a tithe, and they just assume what it's for.
Oh, okay.
I've been bad. Here's some money.
Fair enough.
I was in Darkin City. Oh, this is a big one.
We're not even going to ask. Just give us the cash.
We absolve you of all your sins in that city.
Yes.
Yep.
Here's a pet for you.
Oh god, yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yes. 20 ton crocodile.
You can almost think of Darkin City like Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. If it can be bought, people will sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll say thank you and I'll wish him luck with his money endeavours.
Do you want me to keep an eye out for an egg for you?
Is there a particular egg I should be looking for, or
Well, do you want male or female?
what's your recommendation?
Do you actually want it to dote on you, or do you want it to be extremely protective of you, or do you want it to be fast? Do you want it? What sort of traits do you want it to have?
They've got
Because-
various breeding lines.
Oh, right.
And some of the female birds can be really attached to the male riders, and some of the male birds can be really attached to the female riders, and they can really get in the way of romance.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they literally get in the way of romance. Easily trainable.
Perhaps a stalwart male if possible, or maybe a fast male.
Okay, I will see what I can arrange. We do have a few of the females pregnant at the moment, which we may actually have.
Strength 25 flying beastie.
Because I figure I might need one later if I'm going to find my ex.
Yes.
Because at least I make traveling the land easier, let alone the fucking sea. Oh my god.
Yes, there is that.
Griffins like to sit down overnight. They'll only fly for about 8 hours a day.
Yeah, but it's still like 20 times faster than walking or whatever it is.
I don't think they'll fly to Orendi.
No, it's the gap over Rendy's quite far actually.
Yes.
I don't know how far they'd island hop from island to island, but they probably wouldn't. But it would still be faster if I could leave it at the. I think it was the turtle tribe that was just on the edge, and then I could take a boat from there.
If you can keep it within 1 day trip, you might be able to push it a little bit to just if it's just out. But they won't be very happy with you.
Yeah, so you'd have to stop and take breaks. Yeah.
But you can potentially get them out there. Or you basically put them on a boat with you. No one's going to mess with you if you've got a griffin on a boat with you.
No.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. It would be very different having a griffin in Erundi.
I wouldn't leave it behind them.
No.
No.
They don't treat others very well. They're only attached to one person.
Yeah, that's true. They'd be very protective.
Yes.
Actually, that's a good point. What do you do when you're at home? Because obviously you don't bring your griffin home with you, do you? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So you have your own stables?
I have a stable set aside for her. He pats one of the griffins nearby. And she can come and go into the house whenever she wants, because if she didn't, she'd rip the wall down.
Your doors must be huge at home.
Oh, no, there is no door.
Ah.
You have no doors?
I did have a door.
Oh, I see. Right, so you've made improvements due to...
No, the griffin made improvements.
Oh, okay.
Your griffin's happy. I was able to survive for what
He's
happened.
yes, he's left the house the way the griffin gave it to him.
Fair enough.
One of them with an oversized howdah.
Oh, jeez.
And after what happened to the last carpenter who tried to repair the damage, I couldn't hire anyone.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Oh. What if you made a door? Would your griffin be annoyed?
Do you think I could?
It's a barrier.
He shows his hands. He's got really big, meaty hands. So I've got on the hands of a warrior, not the hands of a craftsman.
Not even an archway?
Do you know how to build such things?
No, but...
Neither do I.
Okay.
So instead of having my house come down because I tried to improve it,
Yes.
it's standing at the moment.
That's fair.
That's a good start.
Do you have any kind of house insurance?
Surely.
What's that?
Insurance.
It's this...
Is that something that nibbles at your house while you're away?
No, it's this Galantry concept I've heard.
Oh.
No,
Wizards are weird.
it nibbles at your bank accounts while you're away.
Yeah, apparently you can give someone money and they'll help pay for their accidents or something. It's a weird concept.
Why would someone want to pay for accidents? I just assumed that the moment I say, look, I've had an accident, it's like, who are you again?
Yeah.
Sounds like one of those Gnome schemes to me.
Maybe
a
it
bit.
is.
I heard about this gnome who kept selling this spice to get added to food to make the food taste better. And so he gives out the first parcel free, and then then the price goes up every month after that.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
heard a similar scheme.
And apparently that he calls that his insurance.
Right. Okay.
Right.
It must have been a Nomish scheme. They must have misheard
Must have been.
things.
Yes. £35,000 predator.
What kind of feed do you recommend for griffins?
I would go with meat. They like their meat.
Meat.
But
Okay.
the bigger chunk it is, the better. So fish, chicken, pig, occasional cow. But cow would last it for a while, so I'd be very wary of giving them anything live unless you wanted to start chasing those things down.
Right.
So I would try to prepare it for it before it hits, because the rawer you give it, the more likely it's going to figure out where it came from.
Yes, and
And-
in fact, giving it food from out of a barrel or out of a container every time.
Means that your container will disappear very soon.
Yes, but it'll only go for stuff in containers.
Yes, but then every container it sees is a potential food source.
Yes.
Are
The
you-
problem is if it's not capable of taking no for an answer when it involves food, they're generally not actually going to be worth using as a mount.
You can with a firm hand, but you've got to be around to do it.
Yeah, they're a bastard to deal with, basically.
Are there any other nations that rear griffins apart from your company?
The Haldans rear griffins. They have their own batch of griffin riders. But honestly, they're a bit cruel.
So they're more taskmasters than actual.
They harness, restrict, and what they say enhance their griffins.
Are we talking through spells or
Spells and surgery.
surgery?
Mm-hmm.
So they graft their griffins? Oh, right.
They cut things off that they think get in the way of things.
No.
Right. That doesn't sound very
Yeah,
appreciative of
yeah.
their griffins.
They call it more efficient.
It sounds like a Galantrian theory.
There we go. Fifth ed mounts and stuff. This is pretty
Well, I
useful.
should probably let you get back to work and.
Well, I'm just trying to stay away from a certain merchant who I owe money to.
Yes.
If I do happen to see them, I won't mention them.
Okay. Fifth ed stuff. Dwarven war boar. Cool.
So I'll just
Yeah.
head back to the rest of the
Riding
caravan.
big.
Ever since Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, they've been showing some better mounts and things.
Yes.
Okay, so you head down, and there's even a hippogriff in the stables as you go past.
Oh, cool.
He doesn't look too happy with all the griffins staring at him.
They're a bit rare, aren't they?
I was going to say the place you're going to in Karameikos, well, Karameikos also uses either griffin or hippogriff as part of their military.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let
Well-
you guys know that my friend Cassius said he'll look out for us when we arrive,
Yeah.
and he'll let the
Yeah.
I think it was his friends know that we're coming or something. But he'll be there 4 days from now, so
Well, so I'll let the guys know that, well, yes, we've been fortunate enough that young Mr. Cotton is sending another caravan in our direction, so
Free fish!
I've arranged us for transport to travel with them to
Yeah.
Salonika.
Cool.
So,
They
leave on the morrow first
actually
thing.
sounds quite happy at that prospect. He says, I like fish.
have you seen a silk caravan around? I've heard that it's quite good.
they're probably there. I wasn't looking.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Give me a perception roll.
Oh dear. Well, I guess it counts. Perception. That would be 20, non-natural.
Okay, so as you're doing that, you see a long stream of very scantily clad males and females walking down the street in a specific direction.
Oh, I'll just point out to my colleagues. Oh, that's probably them. I was told they're very well known for their silks and stuff and flowing models, or models flowing in silks. One or the two.
You were saying something? Sorry, it's distracting.
Oh yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Drazzle sort of looks up. What? He goes back to his book.
Yeah, that's fair.
He doesn't seem to notice. Though you do see that he seems to pat his Drake quite a lot. And it does make strange purring noises.
Fair enough.
Yes, well, it's probably not
Actually,
used to being in a city.
Drazzle, what is the name of your Drake?
Wait, Drake, he gives you a really long name about 25 syllables long.
It's a description.
Oh. Does it prefer a shortened version?
That is his actual name. Don't you like to call things by its name?
I do.
So, and then he goes and says another 25 syllables. As far as you can tell, it is the same 25 syllables.
So what's your full name, Drazzle?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. And he just goes into about 50 syllables.
Holy shit. Okay. So, you know how we call you Drazzle
Yes, yes.
as a nickname?
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd use the D-Razzle and the Dr. Razzle on some of my books. Dr. Azzle. Dr. Azzle sounded funny.
Did I know this beforehand?
He has mentioned it before.
Oh, he has. Yes, I know he's on. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
They were fun.
That's technically a nickname.
I've got another one coming out soon.
Wait, what?
Book 2.
What's it called?
Well, I've got 2 lines going. I've got the romance one and the non-romance one.
So you're splitting off into 2 different variations.
Well, no, Dr. Azzle is the more scientific one, and D-Razzle is the more romance one.
Mm-hmm.
You've put a lot of thought into this.
Well, I spend a lot of time thinking. I don't have to sleep as much as you do.
How much do you sleep?
I sleep about 2 hours a day.
2 hours. Wow. You're lucky.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
I feel like I'm, spending too much downtime sleeping.
Yes.
That's too much?
Yeah,
2
I don't
hours.
think I need that much.
How much do you want?
I don't really want to sleep.
Well, I guess I can understand that.
Yes.
But,
There's no, benefit for sleep.
well, most creatures apart from, say, elves require like 6 or 8.
I know, it is funny.
Yeah,
Does all your
You
species...
you sort of get sort of this up and down thing all this time, and then there's these snorts, and he starts going into all your idiosyncrasies while you sleep.
And then there's that time where your eyes go...
That is
your eyelids.
scarily accurate.
Yes, there is one of the warlock things that I'm thinking of picking up, which means I don't have to sleep.
You sort of notice that every time Drussel slept, he's not really slept.
Yeah.
So it's like a
He
meditation
just
thing?
shuts down for a bit.
Oh. Do all dragonkind have this?
I don't know, Dragonkind.
Oh, let me rephrase. For the dragonkind you know, do you all only sleep 2 hours?
I don't know, I never asked.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
I try to copy you because that's how you do it.
But I thought I sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, but I get bored.
I guess I can't blame you for that.
So I write.
You what, sorry?
So
He
I write.
writes.
Oh, you're right, yes. Well, you've obviously done very well. I mean, your books are fantastic. Your Green Drake guardian mount?
Friend.
Friend? Green Drake friend?
Mm-hmm.
What is their shorter version that you refer them to? Like we call you Drazzle. Would you give them a shorter version?
Or you.
Possibly. But human gave me Drazzle.
Oh, so it's a human name. It's not a... Oh, right. Okay.
Dragons don't use short names. Dragons think short names are for, insignificant little things.
So if
The size of the name is the significance of the person.
So if you gave your Drake a shorter name, that would be an insult to your Drake?
Yeah.
Huh.
Which also means calling him Drazzle is him allowing us to insult him.
So we're technically insulting you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only been 7 years.
Well, now I feel slightly awkward.
Yeah, but he only tells us now.
Yes, I know. How do we...
Do you know Draconic?
No, I know Primordial.
Not yet.
Is there a name we can use for you which isn't insulting?
Oddly enough, Penadir, who, if he's hearing or listening to this conversation at all,
Yeah.
he doesn't particularly care about the fact he's been insulting Drace all this time. He does speak Draconic.
Right. So you could have been doing it correctly and didn't.
I recognise the 50 syllables.
Yeah.
You do recognise that it is an extremely long name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, title certainly feels awkward right now.
Don't blame you.
Well, he had suggested you learn Draconic multiple times, he says. But then again, you were sleeping half the times you suggested it. But as he hears perfectly in his sleep, he doesn't understand why you can't.
Is that why every time I sleep I keep
Yes,
feeling like someone's telling me to learn Draconic?
because he is.
Oh, that might explain a few things.
He's had many a conversation with you while you've been snoring.
Well, if you wish it that much, and you just told me, I would have happily done that.
But I'm sure I told you many times. See, look, he pulls out a journal of all the times you've been sleeping that he's been telling you.
Yes, but in one's sleep, Drazzle, people don't always remember things you tell them.
That's why I've been repeating it.
Particularly humans. And
Okay.
people like
Well, now that
humans.
we've had this discussion, in future I will try and learn Draconic if you're willing to teach
I
me.
will remind you while you're sleeping.
Would you be willing to teach me?
Sure.
Not in my sleep, like when I'm awake.
It might take a while longer.
It will, yes. But I'm willing to learn.
It'll actually take shorter time.
I know, I'm just trying to
Because
bargain
if,
with
he,
him.
because if he teaches you while you're asleep, it's not going to do anything.
Alright, either way, I apologise for my unintentionally insulting of you for the past 7 years.
That's okay. Draken said you were of the lesser races.
Oh. Well, I guess that's true?
They said you don't know their ways, so I would say just accept it.
You're welcome?
I will learn Draconic the next time I start doing Draconologist. In fact, it might be.
Well, when you got Dracologist, I think you got Draconic as well.
I'm not sure it's actually in the listy.
I think I might have added
If it is, I do speak Draconic.
Let me just check.
Yeah, but I can't remember it was one of the things you automatically get.
I'll just make sure that
I just-
Drazzle's got
Yes, you
everything.
do get it automatically.
Aha,
So yes, you do speak it.
cool.
I put little things in there to make it easier for people.
Yeah.
So yes, you do, the name is ridiculously long to you and very hard to remember.
I'm a trained speaker. It can't be that bad.
50 syllables?
Have you got everything you need?
It's a description. It fits together as a story.
It does. It also is a rather sad sort of name at the same time, when you know the meaning.
Given what the half dragons are, or the Dragonborn, I would actually be surprised if it wasn't. And it might be some sort of hopefully happy, and we might find one where his name is hopefully happy rather than being sad. But yeah,
Because experiment is working there somewhere.
yeah.
Drazzle was an experiment.
Yeah.
I'll ask Drazzle if he has everything he needs before we head off.
He bought stuff.
Okay.
He got card of credit.
Oh, you used the cog thing.
Yep.
Yes.
How did that go? Did it work?
It didn't taste too nice, so he went to Gnome and got better tasting one.
They hand out flavors?
Yes.
How?
This one's platinum.
Which ones were we given?
It's what you ask for.
Oh. Right. So why is his flavour?
He likes platinum better.
Because I'm presuming Dragonborn, like dragons, can eat metal.
Right. That makes a lot more sense now. Okay, well I'm glad you've got a flavour you like, Drazzle.
Yes, other one was too tinny.
I can imagine so.
Too much copper in that one.
Yes.
I'm a copper dragon after all. I don't want to be eating something that, tastes like me.
Exactly.
Yes.
We can understand that.
Actually, see, brass or copper?
Bro.
One of them.
No, he's a brass because
brass.
I'm going copper, and I know we were different.
Pray dear,
Yes.
how are we doing in terms of food stocks for the trip?
Okay. Well, like so. We have supplies, do we not?
Plenty of fish, says Drazzle.
And I'm sure we can pick stuff up on the way.
Are there...
He's bronze, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, he's bronze or brass. He wasn't copper.
Do you intend to eat fish the whole way?
Yeah.
No, I was planning on collecting additional fresh food.
Okay. Are we aware of particular points along the route we can stop off and get more supplies?
We've got caravan people we can ask questions of.
True.
Well, I
and
believe
stock up on
my
stuff
understanding
before we
is that Soenica is the next major civilization or significant civilization point, which is why we're going
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about a little over 2 weeks away.
Okay.
So let's
But
go
we're
and
travelling
get some-
through forest and hills most of the way, so I'm certainly expecting that we'll find food.
I'm thinking that it might be worthwhile getting, say, 4 or 5 pounds of spiced jerky each, just so we've got something to eat that isn't fish.
In which case, he'd be having the...
Just in case.
His one would actually be the blue one, not the other one, because the
Little
blue
bit
one
lower.
matches his type.
Oh, yeah, for the Drake.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Drake. Because he's technically a blue dragon with the metallic bend.
Yep.
In this world, there are only 5 breeds, but there are 3
There's
types.
three types of it. So you've got colour, basic chromatic, metallic, and gem. So the copper is metallic red.
Copper is actually the Earth Dragon, which is the...
Okay, it
Green.
was metallic red. Yeah.
Gold is the red.
So certainly if Title hadn't realised that, but Peredir was assuming that there would be hunting on the way.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That sounds good.
Okay. So, you get up in the morning and there is a caravan reeking of fish. Even though it's all preserved, you can smell it.
Of course. Yes.
Druzzle looks the happiest you've seen him in a long time. He likes
That-
fish.
Yes, I know. And I like fish from time to time, but I'm hoping their cook is good and can do some variety.
Druzzle doesn't mind if it's cooked or not.
I know Drazzle doesn't, but I'm not Drazzle. Yes. So, what is it? Copper's metal green.
So, green is, I think it's copper, yes. Copper
Right.
is green.
Okay, because I had put down metal red. But
So, silver is white.
yeah.
Gold is red. Bronze is blue. And brass is black.
But coppers still have a fire breath weapon, do they?
They're based on the elements.
Yes. No, that's right. I was going on personality.
Yes. You'll have acid.
Yeah.
So based on all the elements, everything is elemental based.
Yeah.
Including the damage.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I wrote this down before you'd actually really got into depth on that stuff.
It's all good. That's why I've been getting stuff done as I go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start. You basically got the wagon. You see this surly looking dwarf looks you up all up and down and says, "So, you're the people I'm supposed to be taking with me?"
Yeah, I believe so.
Perida, is this the right person?
Well, this is like Caravan.
Well, sounds like the right person, he says, looking up at them. I got told to expect a really big, muscly guy with a elk with ribbons off and feathers off the horns.
Right.
That's
So
why I'd know you're the right people.
right. So Perida, being the only person of that type in the city, is the correct person. That's fair enough.
Yeah, of course, the fact that Peredir got a strength of 10 means he
Yeah.
can argue with the description, but he can eat the description.
Well, the elk is big and strong.
Yeah, God.
Myth and reality are always two different things.
Absolutely.
And he says, if you're willing to travel with us and provide protection, we're happy to feed you as payment along the way, as well as any sort of danger pay we may come into. If you're any good talking with elves, we may come across some of them, as they tend to want to talk. And talk.
That's my job.
And talk.
I can do that for you.
That would
No
be
problem.
great. Well, we might not see you again if you do.
I'm also good at getting away.
Then you're better
Yes.
than most of us.
I'm a diplomat.
Last time I got caught with them, I had to spend a week in celebrations just to celebrate the fact that I'd entered their territory.
Yeah, that can be an issue. But yes, considering my training, I can outtalk them. So
Wait, they celebrate entering their territory alive?
Well, traders.
Oh,
A trade caravan comes through. That's a celebration time.
right. Okay.
yes.
Someone broke a cup. It's a celebration time.
Okay, that's
The sun
going
came
that's
up.
going
It's a
a bit
celebration
far.
time. The dwarf sounds very sarcastic about elves right now. As he's walking back to the caravan saying, I tripped over a stone. It's a celebration time.
I do not blame him.
I feel like he has ill feelings towards elves.
But that's all right. If I can take it, if I can take over the elfing for him, then I think he'll be fine.
Well, amusing his attitude, he did not actually treat you any differently to everyone else.
No, he just doesn't like the ones he meets on the way.
You have a feeling he treats people how they treat him.
Yes. So if I rabbit on all day, every day, during the trip, he'll be pissed off. But if I don't, he'll be fine.
Okay, so he gets everyone moving rather quickly. He seems rather efficient in getting everyone moving.
Cool.
He also has that look of someone who'd been drinking straight for about 4 days and been forced to sober up.
Well, he could dwarf.
Yes.
He does have a bruise on the side of his face as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask.
Okay, so he starts walking everything up to the gate.
Yep.
The guard does that whole you shall stop and be searched. It will take blur amount of, and he just sticks a bit of paper in his face. He's like, oh. Then he waves someone else over.
We have a thing. So the gate guard's going to get somebody else to yell at while we leave.
Okay.
Okay, so the
sounds
two
like-
guys have an argument for about 5 minutes. Then they walk away.
Sigh.
What was the purpose of this?
They didn't get their bribe.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So they're going to go and harass somebody else for the money.
So this was basically
'Cause
morning drinks
money.
for them.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
So it's expected that they get paid money to overlook anything in the thing that's not supposed to be there.
Yep.
Yep.
You expect that on any guard post.
Mm-hmm.
And it's normally only like a gold coin or less, or a couple of silvers here and there.
Sounds like sheriff.
And unfortunately
Yes.
for them, they had a piece of paper saying someone else had already accepted a bribe that was higher level than them.
Yes.
Yep, and if they
Basically.
and if they try to enforce their will, they may not be working, and then they lose all their perks.
Or they would just give up all the bribes they'd taken for the last week, because we've been keeping track.
Well, they have to lodge every bribe.
Well, of
It's part
course.
of the bureaucracy.
Well, they've got to pay tax on it, because otherwise they get done for tax evasion. I can see Darrakan doing that. Have a separate tax line on your tax return for bribes.
Yep. Well, it's part of the official way of working the government.
Yes.
If you don't pay, it doesn't happen.
Yes, it's like in one of the things that I read that used to be very common in India, not the corruption for doing things like getting driver's licenses in this case, was so endemic that you go into the driver's registry, and there's two lines, one of them for people getting driver's licenses and the other one for people with money, and they had a separate person specifically to take the bribes that are then shared amongst the rest of the staff. So yeah, you could walk in and go, look, here's £50.
Can I have a license, please? Sure.
Yeah.
Wink. You need to do the test? I'm good.
Oh no, that's the whole point. Is that they're doing the test, I've got money. And and that was common.
Yeah.
So Darrakan's like that everywhere. Yes, if you're rich, everything is easy.
Okay, so yes, the caravan starts heading out. You can see a lot of the caravan guys sort of looking at each other going, "You're not getting searched?" What?
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of scratching their heads, looking at Praedia with this hopeful look on their faces.
Give them the
Someone
royal
informed us.
wave! Give them the royal wave!
Does Parody recognise what they might be hoping for?
No, the fact that they've managed to not actually get screwed over.
Okay, yeah, so I was hopeful in the sense that they were pleased look rather than hoping that Parody was going to do something.
Yeah. Well, the fact you've already done it, you got them through something
that's what I mean. Like I say, it was the expression of, I don't know who you are or what you've done, but hey, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Well, you've saved their profit margin.
And if you wink at them, half of them might faint.
and you expect that that profit margin gets probably eaten up along the way in the drinks.
Well, yes, they're going to drink it, but that's the thing. It means they get more drinks.
That's right.
Happy travel.
Money over the bar is better.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so it takes you 3 days to travel to. On the fourth day you reach Kamali, which is a town on the edge of the Elven Forest.
Okay.
And
While we're travelling,
yep.
Generally speaking, Peter will be, he'll be happy to act as out front scout if there's not actually an effective scout or anything like that. He'll also be actually aiming to take down the occasional beast or things like that to supplement the meals in the evenings.
Yeah.
So only on days 1 to 3 you have a chance of doing that, but the one of the guardsmen advises against that because all the animals in the region are considered livestock.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I was
We're going
that
through
when we start getting into the forest and things like that, was more likely to be the spot. So
Yes.
Yeah. So once you get to the village of Kamli, you're told that for the next 2 nights you actually get to sleep in beds, as the caravan will stop in towns along the way where possible.
Okay.
It gives the mounts and caravan time to rest and maintain itself for the times where it can't.
Yeah.
and air out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5th day you find yourself in Farstead, which is another village as you pass through the forest.
Yeah.
Not the actual Elven Forest, but close enough to the Elven Forest that it is run by elves.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Darkin has a fair number of elves.
Yep.
It is one of the Elven domains.
Yes. So I am pleasant and approachable to the.
Okay, so the town is actually called Grundledale in the domain of Kamali.
Right.
We're continuing to travel through Darrican, aren't we?
You are.
Officially.
Yeah.
Because Darrican has a strip of land between it and the mountains that is Darrican in mainly name.
Mm-hmm.
And the elves have the entire forest along there, which has a lot of bad things there.
Yeah.
You're being told specifically to stay out of the Elven Forest because, not because of the elves, but because what the elves are keeping in the forest.
Right. Which is.
Horrors from beyond this world.
Oh, wonderful. Let's not go there.
So there are what they call bad magic points of the Elven Forest, where their magic has created gates to the outer planes
Ew.
that they don't control.
Ew.
So it's a one-way gate. You can't go out through the outer planes, but things pop in on a regular basis.
So really nasty and great for XP.
Yep. So it is the national pastime of the Elven adventurers to hunt down whatever comes through those gates.
So they go in there and have fun, get XP, and get called saviors of the world, or guardians of the world, anyway.
Or they don't come back.
Or well, that's the thing about hunting.
Most of them are aberrations.
Yeah, that gets a bit icky.
So,
Or in fact,
So
a lot icky.
during the evenings, and Peridil will also suggest to Llewell that he probably want to be talking during the day.
Yeah.
Taking the opportunity to actually talk to all the members of the caravan, whether they be guards, hostlers, or the actual traders and staff.
Yep.
About what's been going on in the world? Is there any issues?
Yes.
You've heard stories about the giants or whatever bits and pieces, and basically just trying to get extra information about what might have been going on.
Yep.
In the last year or coming up ahead.
Yes. Basically, gather information stuff. And that's basically using persuasion skill and insight. So persuasion to get them talking, insight to read what they're saying and get a bit more information out of it. And I'm trained in both skills.
As a player, I'm particularly interested to know, since we're travelling alongside Elfheim, is Elfheim still there after what the other characters did or didn't do?
Well, it wasn't Alfheim that they did it to, it was Wendar.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Wendar's a completely different matter.
Where's Wendar?
It's in Norwell. So it's north of Glantry.
Oh, okay, right.
It's literally across the border, and both countries hate each other.
Brilliant.
Okay, yep.
And dragons keep them separated. Except the dragons have gone away. Okay, so things that you've heard about. Which year are we at the moment? We're 1005. Because you're 6th level. Okay, so Darrakan. Yeah, they've been talking. They got to see the art museum's big showcase. These amazingly lifelike sculptures of people.
Okay.
It's almost as if they were caught mid-breath. One of them says.
Yeah. I've heard far too many stories about.
I feel like someone needs to detect magic.
Well, the thing is, they're not
What,
magical. Once you've turned something to stone, it is done.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So whether it's magic, whether it's created by magic or they've actually stoned someone, two different things. It would be funny if someone actually had made something that looked lifelike, put it out there, and people tried to stone to flesh, and then just watched as this thing just fell over because it was never alive.
Hi, it's griffin food now. Which is probably the best way to feed your griffins.
What's petrification?
Yeah,
No.
stone to flesh.
Stone to flesh. You just go and get waste stuff from a builder's site or whatever.
Spend the night
put
digging
it
up
in
some
a pile.
stones.
Yeah.
Here
Well,
you
no,
go.
you just get stuff that people are throwing away, and or
I suspect,
from a fallen building or whatever.
the meat would be fairly tasteless.
Yeah,
yes,
but how long does
but
that
then-
last?
But then you put sauce on
It's
it.
permanent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you stone to flesh or flesh to stone, it's a permanent.
it's
thing.
as permanent as the other one.
Well, it's actually considered instantaneous, meaning
Yeah.
once it's done, the magic's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. However, if someone has been turned to stone, you can counter it because you can use remove curse as well as stone to flesh.
Doesn't it depend if it's not a curse?
But yeah,
Sorry, no, it's not remove curse. It's something else. You can.
they're high level magic to do.
Yeah, there is a specific counter to people being stoned.
Okay, they are talking about how the horse lords are celebrating their sheep because they've called it the year of the sheep. Apparently, they love their sheep this year.
Right.
So there's a lot of sheep jokes going about the Ethengarians.
Strange
which
that.
never happen when the male people are going past.
That's interesting.
You can imagine someone going, "Wah," then, "Crap."
Yes.
They've learned to have their jokes while they're not around.
Yeah,
Interesting
'cause-
time of year.
Yes, it
And
is.
they're also talking about how the halflings have a task force set up to deal with alien abductors.
Alien abductors.
Yep.
What?
Interesting.
They believe that someone from outside their country is abducting them.
Right.
Because that is usually the English term for alien,
Yeah.
not interplanetary.
Well, alien foreigner. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things that gets me with people saying xenomorph. They mean explicitly the aliens from Alien. But because what does xenomorph say? What does xenomorph mean?
I'm not really sure. I think it just means
Strange shape.
yeah.
It means basically
I think Gene Stiller
non-human alien.
says Gene Xenomorph. I think Gene Stiller. For some
Yeah,
reason, because that's
because-
something that leaps to mind.
yeah, because they got it from the Alien movie. But Alien's called Alien, not Xenomorph, as a movie, because it's a lot easier to deal with.
It's also a lot shorter.
Yeah, but xenomorph is their military's term for an alien. That's all it is.
Yep.
So I poke people when they do that.
Okay, so yes, there is the talk of what's happening over in the Five Shires.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something happening in a monastery on the borders.
A monastery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the fire monasteries.
So, fire genasi?
Yeah, would
The
be.
fire aspected people
Mm.
have a monastery there.
Are they our enemies? I thought the fire genasi would... No, I'm thinking of the Fire Nation. Not Fire Nation.
Yeah.
Each of the monasteries, they have monasteries focused on each of the elements.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if someone was to say progress from one element to two elements, you have to learn at two different monasteries.
So what am I thinking of? The Tiger Clan? No.
You're thinking of the Fire Genasi actually have they helped found Galantry.
That's right. Yeah.
And the Air Genasi found and still control Alphatia.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. Okay.
So just because that's where they found doesn't mean that's the influence of all the
Hello,
How
Bruce.
far is that? Just out of curiosity.
the Air Genasi.
The Fire Temple.
The Fire Temple is probably about 170 miles away.
Yes, it's way off course.
Hello, Bruce.
Okay, other things you also hear about is Van Richten has, an undead hunter, has been calling for people to come to his aid in Galantry because
Okay.
he's got a problem he needs help with.
Right. What sort of problem?
Why would an undead hunter need help?
Basically,
He's got lots of undead to deal with.
Yeah, but I thought the Galantries were all necromancy and stuff, and they can handle it
yes, but
themselves.
he put the call outside of Galantry for heroes, not in Galantry. He's
Ah.
specifically non-Galantrian heroes apply.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
You'd think with all their necromancers they could handle undead themselves.
One would think.
Something's fishy about that.
Unless, of course, they're the undead he wants to deal with.
Mm.
Because being undead is legal in Galantry.
So maybe he's trying to start a rebellion for undead?
He is well known as a destroyer of undead.
Huh.
Huh.
He is actually a wanted criminal in Galantry.
Because it's legal to
He-
be
he-
undead.
He is
Yeah.
So he's basically going on murdering people.
He has a reputation for being a paladin or a cleric. People don't really know which.
What is he? So he's a criminal in Galantry. He's advertising from Galantry,
Outside Glantry
outside Galantry.
for people to come and help him.
Right.
So he's got a crusade against the undead in
he's
Glantry.
amassing some kind of group to go back into Galantry.
He just wants
He's in
backup.
Galantry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He wants people to come in and join his crusade.
Right. How is he not dead if he's advertising outside of
He's
Galantry?
really good.
They
Obviously.
haven't found him. He finds them.
You'd think
Yeah.
the mages would have a way to find him by now.
Yes.
They would, but there are lots of ways of stopping that. Like Ring of Mind Shielding is the simplest way.
Oh yeah, that's your basic.
That pretty much cuts out a huge amount of magic.
Fair enough.
Yes.
As people found out in the Jade Regent storyline,
Mm-hmm.
magical items can't see anyone with a Ring of Mind Shielding on.
Yep.
Yes, because that's what they're looking for. Yep.
They had a sword save, but there's no one there. So the state said they stabbed him.
Oh. And then looted him and went, oh fuck.
Well, no, he didn't actually die when they stabbed him. But,
Oh,
yeah,
well, fair enough.
So my character was not very impressed.
I'm not. Yeah.
And an angel couldn't see it either.
Oh.
So an angel and an intelligent sword couldn't see the item that person had a ring on them.
Yes, one needs to be a little careful.
Okay, so yeah, and the funny thing is, if someone else puts them on and they need help, these things can't help them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the other things you've been hearing at the same time, I'm going back to that. Bring it back up. So yes, you've been hearing about a holy tablet has been stolen from the People's Temple in Arendi.
Okay.
And they need people to go recover it. This call was put out a few weeks ago, so it may already been started.
Right.
And you also hear rumours coming out of Galantry that a minor artifact has destroyed 2 heroes.
Oh,
They can no longer be found.
fair enough.
And apparently the mirror has been put in secure until
Mirror.
Someone can come along to sort it out.
Maybe it's the same mirror that got Perida. What's his thing?
Minrathad has put out a call for the underwater kingdoms have been calling for aid in their war. The nations in the bottom of the ocean are currently fighting.
I don't think we're set up for that.
And the people on the wagons are saying it's bad for business because it's been drying up most of the sea trade that they've been doing with them.
Yeah.
Because they all attack ships just as much as they'll attack each other.
Yeah.
Everyone's posturing at the moment.
Yeah.
But apparently
it's all bad stuff.
there are heroes gathering in Minrathad City to go and join the war.
Yeah.
Minrath?
Minrathad.
Minrathad.
Minrath.
The island of the nation of islands to the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just south of where we are now, not south of, and it is to the east of Orendi Islands.
Yeah.
It's part of that same island chain. Okay, so apparently the Ettingarian have cursed a town in the Northern Reaches,
Mm-hmm.
and they're asking for help.
They cursed it themselves?
Well, the Ettingarians apparently cursed them. That's what they're saying, and they're asking for help.
Right.
Oh, right. Okay.
So they're Haldenic, the Northerners.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a Viking culture, but they're known as Haldenic people. And they're asking for help to get rid of the problem and stop the beer being ruined.
Beer.
Beer's in danger.
Beer is in danger.
I can see someone from the Wednesday group going, I'm going to take that job.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
I may be Ethingarian, but I don't think we want the beer to be in danger.
Nope. Gotta save the beer from something else. Gotta save the beer from contamination. We'll do that by drinking it.
yeah, that's
Okay, in
Yes.
Norworld there is a castle being built, rumoured to be where the Cult of Dragon has moved a bunch of dragon eggs to, and other relics.
To or from?
2. Apparently one came from a swamp in Darrakan.
So they're not
Okay.
being...
So basically, it's the eggs that we got removed when we from our first mission.
Yep.
Yeah, but are they building the keep where we were or where they now are?
Well, where they now are.
Okay.
And that's far to the north.
Right.
They've given it the name Skyreach Castle because you pretty much can't reach it without flight.
Right.
These sort of armies they have on hand, be it small, is enough to hold the line from most things.
So they have air support somehow?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have air support, but they don't recommend going anywhere near it from the ground because it's too dangerous.
Okay.
How can you build a castle without at least that high if it can't be reached by ground? They must have a dragon or something.
The road that you go to get up there is too dangerous to traverse now that they've set up shop.
Oh, okay.
So there's
so
no way
it
to get
used
there.
to be possible, is not anymore.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's still possible as long as you're not going. As long as you're friendly with the castle, or they recognise you as friendly.
Yes. Yes.
And the big news out of Rockholm nearby is a bunch of dwarves heading into the Carnates to go to war with the Galantrians.
The dwarves are going to war with the Galantrians?
They're helping the Ethingarians go to war. They're basically helping bard up their horses and
Okay.
soldiers.
Oh yes.
They've been doing that for a while, but they've actually sent large numbers.
Right.
So the equivalent of battalions are leaving Morocco. Whereas before you were talking about like a company.
Okay.
If you're lucky, more like a squad. Maybe 2 or 3 squads of 6 were working at a time. Now they're talking about hundreds of dwarves going out.
Wow.
And that's big news because dwarves going into the Khanates just doesn't happen. They don't like leaving the mountains.
Mm.
Okay.
Is there any more word or information about other caravans in the area, like gnomish ones?
Well, I'm just going through the last of what we've got there. The last things we have of note is that Thyatis, besides, has told Alphatia stay away from the area or will declare war.
Okay.
You have Rolio Bardman out of Thyatis City asking for brave adventurers to go explore an island. Reputed to have wondrous and powerful animals.
Oh, right.
Monster hunting.
Yeah.
Well, no, specifically we're talking the Island Dread. You're talking.
Well,
you can go and collect your Triceratops or your Deinonychus if you want.
Yeah, I'll just put one in my pocket.
Well, his version of it is a cloud of death followed by orcs.
Ah. So not pleasant.
And a island dominated by a volcano. So the equivalent of Hawaii versus the Isle of Dread.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Yularam is having their annual treasure hunt this year is for the magical lamp.
That would be interesting, although one would want certain classes to make that worthwhile.
It's reputed to hold an Ifrit.
That's a lot of temptation, that is.
And they also are one of the nations out there asking for investigation into why the giants are getting out of control.
Yes, but we already have a planned destination and job to do.
I know, but that's the main.
That's the stuff that's happening.
Yeah, that's the main stuff that's happening. Okay, so things you hear about the Gnomish Caravan is I will actually go into that one because that's all in my Karameikos page. They managed to actually group all the nations with the timeline as well.
Yep.
So if you look at any one nation, you'll see the timeline for that nation there.
Mm.
But it's just made it so it's easy for me to reference.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so so it was 2 years ago that the caravan failed to reach its destination, and it was last year was the first year they declared that they weren't sending anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there were rumours that in the year before, in 1003, that the gnomes had been sending war machines into Karameikos.
Oh.
And not toys, as they normally do.
Right. War machines. Fun.
It's rumours that the year before, most of their transport were just gnomish weapons.
Okay. Hmm.
And then the year before, it was basically equipment that's useful for things other than kids. So the last time they sent toys along was in the year 1000, which was 6 years ago. So why they changed their loadout, no one really knows.
Hmm.
So the reason that there are rumours amongst the wagon drivers that the reason the wagons didn't reach their destinations was they were probably carrying something volatile.
Yeah, it just blew up on the way.
But there was a signs of a battle.
Hmm.
I don't suppose any of the Caravaneers with the moment would travel with the gnomes previously.
They did have friends who had, and there were a couple of survivors who are currently still in the infirmary at the city of Kelvin.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in infirmary for about 2 years now.
Wow.
Mm.
That's someone who's not recovering real fast.
Well, they have to build them special purpose magical items for them to be able to continue living again.
Oh, brilliant.
Mainly because they are missing limbs and some other stuff.
Yes. Your keyboard's being very loud.
Sorry.
That's okay. We know when you're typing. We know when you're silent.
I'm actually yes, typing in the notes about this particular quest we're on about. Oh, okay. So the caravan actually disappeared about 2 years ago.
Yes.
There are survivors who can be talked to in Kelvin.
So we can go there.
Okay, so now I'll go back to travel times.
Wait, so we're searching for trails of caravans 2 years old? Wow. Okay.
Well, that's just it. Okay, we're investigating the fact that we heard stories about this gnomish caravan that was regular had stopped travelling. We hadn't realised necessarily that it was that old. The news was that old when we'd gone to look for it. But there's also other stuff in Karameikos that might be of interest to the going on in the world.
The caravan itself is an annual event that the people have always looked forward to.
Yeah.
So it's basically the equivalent of someone cancelled Christmas.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And when you put it at that level of upset, you understand why that someone cancelling Christmas is enough for people to take note.
Right.
And they'll probably talk about it for 5 to 10 years.
So they've cancelled it for the last 2 years because of the thing that happened.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes a bit more sense now. Okay.
Although, interestingly, by the description, the aspect or the Christmas aspect of the caravan had been subsumed in the last few years.
So apparently they still met the demand for toys each year.
Okay.
They just didn't have as abundance of toys as they normally did.
Yeah. They had toys for adults as well as kids.
Okay.
But the soldiers of Karameikos were getting better and better equipment each year.
Yeah.
There's definitely something going on.
And most of those soldiers were sent to the Eastern Front. So where Karameikos borders Thyatis. Which it is apparently still part of. It's a Grand Duchy, has a separate nation attached to it. In the same lines like the Commonwealth are all attached to England, but not really connected to it.
Yeah.
They're all considered to be a sub-nation of it. So, okay, so your 5th day ends you in Fasted, your 6th day ends you in Dolos, and then you have 3 days travelling past one of the worst dark magic points of the forest,
Right.
known as Dragon Tree.
So much care and wariness.
So you end up in the town called Allybrook.
Okay. What's
See
this place?
what actually happens.
What's
Nothing
this
bad
place?
happens along that trip.
Oh, goody.
Okay, and on that day you basically end up spending an extra day resting because everyone is just so exhausted from their noises throughout the night, the fact that there were orcs in abundance in the mountains,
Okay.
but they did keep their distance. And everyone wants to buy Prayer Deer a drink to thank him for keeping the bad things at bay.
Well done, Boogeyman Predator.
And a bunch of elves in town end up wanting to talk to the well and sit down and have long conversations with him, which tie him up for an entire day.
Yeah, well, I'm fully expecting that.
You basically hear about how there was a rampaging beast that almost reached the caravan as you're passing.
Almost.
They
Got taken
basically
down.
took out half the elves who were fighting
Wow.
it.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
Paradigm got rid of it for you. Apparently.
Apparently. He went and elked at it and it went away.
They describe a beholder to you.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah, Paradigm
Yeah.
took that on by himself, no problem.
Right.
Most of the people talking to you have signs of a battle.
Yes. Yes. I will offer to help the worst of them.
Well, for them, this is their badge of honor.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all quite happy.
Yeah. But if some of them still have lingering actual injuries rather than...
None of them have
Cool
any
scares.
visible injuries, but the scarring is there.
Yeah. Right, so they've been healed up and stuff.
Okay, so it takes you another 2 days to reach the next settlement.
Yes.
So the 12th day, you reach Fenhold,
Mm-hmm.
which actually takes you through part of what is still considered part of the Elven Forest.
Okay.
Even though the elves have agreed to reduce their border, the problem is it's considered contested.
Yes. We'll reduce it by this much, and then you're going to argue about this distance because you think it's over here.
And it's one of the few times, you've been told that the next couple of days' travel is through the most contested part of the forest.
Wonderful.
But they've been sending stories of Praedir through, so most of the elves just want to have a glimpse of him as he goes past. And then they will mock the well while he's hearing.
I let it roll over me.
Well, it's all done in jest, except the arrows fly.
I'm curious at this stage, the idea of, okay, Paradigm gaining renown without putting any effort in whatsoever because his tail speaks before him, apparently.
Yes, and I'm getting this because I look like a fop. I don't look like an adventurer. I'm a fop who's travelling with some adventurers.
Well, you look like a...
No, you don't look like a fop, you are a fop.
That's valid and true. And in fact, I'm about to be training to be even more of one.
Okay, so you're able to manage to push through the forest. You do see a lot of elves. They even drop flowers from the trees on top of the well as he passes underneath. They're able to aim quite specifically, so they all land on his forehead when he's not noticing.
I catch one of them and put it in my hair.
There is, clapping from the trees.
Yes, got to take it in good humour.
Is this normal elvish behaviour?
No, they're being dicks, but
Oh,
at least they're being amusing about it.
I wasn't aware one could be a dick with flowers, but thanks for the information. I will take notes.
Well, the fact that they're managing to hit me in the forehead,
But
rather
they're
than
flowers. Aren't flowers positive?
just... You ever been hit with a rose
Well, no.
with the thorns on it? They haven't done that yet, but they could.
Oh, okay.
It could hurt. There are also some flowers where that come from plants where the sap is poisonous. Also a bad idea. So yes, they could be...
Have you experienced this on your forehead before?
Once. Can get quite painful.
Right. And do we have an ointment here to relieve you of said forehead pain?
I'm a healer.
Oh, I guess that'll work.
Yeah.
So that's encouragement.
So you have 3 whole days of doing that. They do hold you up for a couple of hours on that, some of the days, so it took a little bit longer than normal. But you did manage to make it to the town of Nemiston by the 15th day. Where you give the horses another day's rest because you're in a town.
Yes. Is it possible to put a map of where we've been up on one of the screens?
Here's the thing, though.
Possible.
They've been dropping flowers on us for days and days. So we
Mostly
have
me.
Yes. Okay, fine. But you have a ton of flowers. So we can start a flower shop from our caravan, because I can make water and help make sure they're alive.
Yeah. Actually, if we sort them, we can make perfumes.
I guess.
Drag, put. So we're going along that road. Alright.
Okay, so currently you've gone from here all the way over to here, and that took 15 days.
Yep, fair enough. Getting used to my new horse.
You do notice that all the horses still steer clear of
Drazzle.
and Drazzle's pet.
Yes.
You've never seen Drazzle feed his pet. He always feeds it while everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah, because he knows what they'll think of it.
But he does talk to it fairly constantly.
Well, there is the thing that he's a cleric, and a basic spell for clerics is create food and water. So you can determine what the food's going to be. So he goes, right, I'm going to do food and water for my mount. Big steaming pile of entrails. Not going to have anyone else watch. And that's the ethical way to feed the griffin too.
Now that we've reached Nemiston, and we're within a week or so of Salonika, I'm also going to start asking about, what's the caravan going to be doing after we reach Salonika? Discuss the fact that we'll be looking to head south. If they've got recommendations for travel or things like that, heading south through the mountains, I would be interested to hear.
The caravan itself is heading further east into Parsa, and then heading north into Rockholm.
Right.
But he might be able to check with one of his caravans, one of his mates, to see if he can find out who might be heading south. Because he knows that there should be a good trade in ivory in Kelvin, and some people are supposed to be coming along the route with ivory.
Right.
Cool. Does and it's probably something more of a conversation if we get a caravan going southward, but the curiosity, do we know whether or not, if the Gnomish caravan disappeared or stopped travelling 2 years ago, has anyone else taken up the slack of delivering, apparently weapons in the last few years along that trade route from Highforge into Specularman?
People do deliver weapons and armor to Speculum because that is the major market for selling it. You can basically make more money there with that than most other places besides Darrakan City. Darrakan City, Specularum, Corriglane, the Haldanic nation city of Freeburg are the main places that buy weapons.
Okay.
Well, buy weapons at a premium. So anyone will buy weapons, but if you sell it in the wrong cities, you'll make a loss.
Oh yeah.
Like dwarves make lots of weapons and armor, so you might actually be having a caravan coming through of weapons and armor from Rockholm soon, which is what your caravan leader is heading for, to drag to Karameikos to make what profit he can.
Okay. Yeah.
But Fish was best market for it is Salonika. So you have 4 days travel there,
Yeah.
and 4 more days of elves dropping flowers.
Yes. And there's the distinction. If they were just being nice, they wouldn't be landing on my forehead. They'd be on my head and shoulders. These guys
Apparently, they've turned it into a game.
aiming at here, and after about the 100th, it actually starts to hurt. Because they're hitting stem first.
Yeah, you've heard of the Chinese water torture, haven't you?
Yeah,
This is the old flower torture.
Yes, and it's just as bad.
Penadil will actually make a bit of a point of testing his perception and scouting skills to be spotting these elves prior to then showing themselves.
Yes.
Okay, apparently they've been wearing bright colours while doing so because they're also carrying bright flowers up into the trees above them. So even your elk spots them quite easily.
Right.
I'm not that bad.
Oh,
No, you said elf.
Oh, yeah.
Their colours. So the colours that they're wearing and the flowers they're dropping are all colourful. So
Yes.
They don't really care.
I'm going to change the colour and pattern of my cloak every time we stop. Because I can reset that every short rest. So yes, I'm going to play that. I'm going to play the game back at them. The majority colour that I've been hit with over the past however long, that will be the colour of my cloak for the next section.
So you've basically given the scoring system.
yep.
Okay.
Yes, which also means I can try and guide them into ones that don't have the hard stems.
The one that seems to hit you the most is a blue tulip. You know tulips aren't native to the region.
No, they're not.
So someone has put in an awful lot of money just to hit you with
Just
blue
to-
tulips.
They've gone to go and get blue tulips. Some freaking maid would teleport.
I told you these things would sell well.
You know the thing with doing it with tulips? Is the stems are this long so you can use the fuckers like darts.
Yep.
And that's always the most accurate too.
Yes. On the other hand, there is an advantage with doing that. The end's about this big, which means it's not as bad as the ones where they're this size.
I don't know if you
I'm
shove me
I'm
into
getting-
the tulip.
Or it doesn't make it soft.
Well, no.
This is the thing. Let's not suggest that they freeze them.
Death by frozen tulip.
No,
You
that
could also
would
be death
actually.
by frozen chicken.
That would actually. Yes, that would actually be nasty, and they're not really being nasty at this point.
That would be a Galantry spell.
No, this is a 2-week practical joke.
So,
Or 1
so,
week
so,
practical
it's,
joke.
so it's the start of the joke for them. They haven't got to the punchline yet.
No, they're elves. That's a month away, or at least a week away anyway.
I don't know, I think Blizzard of Frozen Tulips is some pompous ass Galantry mage's spell.
It might be an
Actually,
Elfheim spell.
Oh, maybe, yeah, it could be.
But it might also be, the petal spell. What is it called, the petal spell? You'll see. But
Yeah,
where the petals
frozen
go.
petals
Well, there
sharpened,
was-
I guess, could maybe.
Well, there was a cloud of I can't
And
remember
there's
what
a
it's
cloud
called,
of
but
daggers.
there's a cloud of smoke which is used for blocking line of sight. It's a
Yeah.
battlefield spell. You do that as a sort of blizzard of flowers. Has the same effect. And given my spells, when I cast them, have flower petals and little sparkles come off them. After a day or so of this, I'll actually start doing basic minor spells, prestidigitation and stuff. So they get sort of, there's petals coming off my fingers. And the prestidigitation, I'll just make petals come off them anyway.
Okay, so
So I'm playing with them.
when you enter the town, Llewell is greeted on site by the town. We got word of your coming.
I've had half of them been out there playing with me.
The person at the gate is one of their apparently one of their town leaders. He's got a wreath of flowers around his neck, blue tulips.
Of course.
He's a human though.
Yeah.
Yes, I got told you were coming by a friend.
Welcome.
So, you guys can come in while your caravan goes through its motions.
Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, I can't give them any preferential treatment. I don't have that authority.
Yeah.
But I can escort you in past. As, hero of the realm.
That's fair.
Well, Llewell, of course, is a hero.
Yes, well, given the amount of flowers I've seen these past few days, I would say so.
Well, look, it's just a sign of respect. If it wasn't respectful, they'd be throwing arrows, daggers, small woodland creatures.
I
The
hear...
funniest one is the little
Alchemist
fluffy
fire.
ball that turns into a creature when it hits something, and it can turn into a rhinoceros. Imagine you use it, beak, whoosh, crush.
That sounds a little more traumatic.
Well, only until your brain goes through the rest of you.
Right, yes.
Doesn't take very long.
But they are
No.
the masters of the fluffy ball that turns into a horrific animal.
What, a
Let's avoid
Kubel?
that trick, if possible.
It's not actually a very expensive magic item either.
It's not. They
No.
make them.
Yes. Well, the cheapest one, which is, I think it's the brown sack. I think the biggest thing that'll do is about the size of a dog.
But still, a dog going, boom, smash.
Well, the other one is dropping a rat on a wizard is really going to distract him.
Especially if they're afraid of rats. As one of our PCs are.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you managed to get in. He takes you over
Yep.
to one of the family estates that you see there.
Yeah.
You normally don't get this level of treatment, but you haven't really been travelling that much for a while.
Hmm.
And he says, due to your work for the nation, we've decided to put you up in one of the house outbuildings, so you've got use of it for up to a week if you want.
How
Call
long
out if you
Caravan's
need
here?
servants to do stuff, they will come running.
Certainly. Thank you very much.
And enjoy your stay, and remember to Selenica is your friend.
Of course.
We do like to look after our heroes.
Hmm.
You die often enough.
Yes.
Well, we don't have a huge amount of heroes, so we look after the ones we have.
Entirely valid.
And that currently
And
you're one
much
of the
thanked.
few remaining heroes of our nation. Pat you on the shoulder as he walks off.
Few remaining. That's not reassuring.
You can hear him say, yes, I can still count on one hand.
Oh, God. Count up my number of levels.
But you did hear about how a bunch of other heroes of the nation were all executed for crimes against this nation.
Yes. That other group of PCs for being idiots.
Yes. Okay. You've been hearing stories about exactly how Selenica deals with the heroes.
Yes.
Well, they were the heroes of Selenica, but the Dargan City had dealt with them.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would prefer actually to be referred to as a hero in Selenica at the moment.
Well, you don't consider the hero of Selenica, you consider the hero of Dargan.
Yeah.
Or Dargan City.
Yes, but yes.
So they do know the difference.
Yes, they would be pretty stupid if they didn't.
So what you're saying is that Dargan hanged heroes of Selenica,
Yes.
so therefore Selenica's got to hang the heroes of Dargan.
No. No.
Right, so this isn't a proceeding
No.
of flowers of enjoyment. This is a funeral march.
That's right, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Right, that makes a lot more sense now.
Isn't it nice to travel with people who appreciate your existence and are pleasant to be around?
Yeah, you can see Drusel sort of looking past his book that he's been writing in. He just has this strange grin that you rarely see as he happily writes away some stuff and closes the book and just watches.
He doesn't usually close that book. This is concerning.
No, he wants full concentration on what's about to happen, doesn't he?
Oh.
And you notice his Drake sort of perks up and he's all looking around alert at the moment as well. Apparently someone said there might be something dangerous.
Yeah. Preferably not.
Yes, a tulip in the ear.
see Drizzle is currently munching on what appears to be some sort of rose. Thorns and all.
It's Drazzle.
Interesting. I wonder what else he can eat.
Do you ask him?
No, I find that my character feels a bit. It feels a bit
Intimidated?
not intimidated, just a
Uncomfortable?
bit guilty with knowing he's been insulting Drazzle for the last 7 years and not knowing it. So he's still a bit wary to ask Drazzle certain questions, and he's still trying to get used to that Drazzle's technically okay with it.
Well, Drizzle is very blunt. He doesn't actually, he doesn't seem to have any actual pride in his position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my character's still a bit upset with himself.
Well, this is the thing, though. He presented himself with a short name, has never actually given us the long name.
Well,
So
you correction there. I think the correction there. I'm not certain that Drazzle ever presented himself with the short name.
No,
I believe someone
he was-
introduced us
he
to
was-
Drazzle.
He was introduced.
He was introduced with a short name, which he did not complain about, and he didn't give anyone the longer version.
Yeah.
Well, he has.
Well, he has now.
Just you were asleep. No, you were
Yes.
just asleep, that's all.
7 years late.
Yes. Which means it's his own damn fault, because he knows that you understand things better when you're awake. So he's doing it to play with your head.
And it's working. But not on parody.
No.
Yes.
He just wants more material for the book. I don't blame him, but you know.
Yes. It's Drazzle going, "Hi, this is my sense of humour."
Well, hey, dragons are always said to have strange humour, and no wonder it would rub onto what they create.
Yes. Dear oh dear. So, we set ourselves up in the building we've been given.
Okay, you've been given something that has 10 bedrooms off it. It has a big master suite, an entire
That's-
floor of just the master suite. It has a stables, and this is one of their outbuildings.
And out. This is a guest house.
Yes.
Yeah, well, fair enough. It's set up for one person plus his servants.
It is the silk trade use this place.
Well, it's simply the fact that Salonica recognised the concept of a last meal and then just expanded on it a bit more.
Hang on, the Silk Trade used this place. But we
The-
got there here before then.
The merchant that run this particular compound deal in the silks.
Oh, so it's not the same caravan that we saw before.
It is
No.
their caravan that's
No.
coming.
Yeah, but also
Oh.
remember, this is going to be one of there's going to be more than one of these too.
So what happens if two caravans turn up at the same time?
Then the person of priority gets the better plays, and the other people just have to deal with it.
Right, so we're going to get kicked out soon.
But we're not staying
No,
long anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we're not.
So if someone else shows up who wants this place, and only if they're a higher ranking adventurer and standing will they get it over you.
That's right.
Well, I mean, Lul might be staying around a bit longer.
I guess the question is, are we better than your average silk traders?
Yes.
At being adventurers, certainly.
I don't know, hitting someone with a rolled up silk is
You
deep.
call it-
But adventurers
because,
can
yeah,
have
the-
mastery in it.
The silk traders got locked up in paperwork in Darrakan for an extra few days.
Yes.
Okay. So all your there is any food you could wish for is brought.
Ooh.
Any?
They say what they ask you to say. Wish for whatever food you want, and we will try to get it.
Including fresh fish.
Do you have, where is it?
Elven food.
You
No.
have elven food.
I know. I'm going to take advantage of that.
Do you know of traditional foods from Alegi Island?
Yes, they do, and they are actually happy to make it for you. I'm just going to put something on silent because people keep sending messages to a group.
Yes. And Facebook keeps telling you that.
Yeah, and the reason I look at it is because Ariadne sends me stuff,
Yes.
such as she's fallen and can't get up. And if everyone is sending me messages at the same time, it makes it a bit hard to tell. So one time she was stuck until she got herself up because I've been getting so many messages.
Yeah.
And it's hard to mute everyone but her because it doesn't work that way.
Hmm.
Okay, so yes, they do have bunches of food from Arendi Island, including Alegi Island. Not much from Alegi Island. They only have one dish.
Cool.
They do have dishes,
But they have it.
that the Mackay are famous for.
Well, I'm happy to grab the one from Alegi Island and the others, maybe.
Most of it is spicy.
Strange that.
They are known for their foods and their flavors.
I'll definitely ask them if they can make that then.
They get in a Arendi chef.
And
Wait, they just teleport him in?
No, they just get one from the city.
they happen to have one.
They basically pay him enough to leave the place where he's currently cooking to come over and cook for you.
Are they charging us for this?
No. The city's paying for it.
You sure?
I hope so.
This seems far too far-fetched. Like, this seems too coincidental.
He is one of the few heroes of the nation left.
This chef.
Me.
No.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, right, okay.
so
I guess so.
while the well is favoured by the Atruaghin city, they will treat you well.
Huh.
So I'm not going to piss people off.
Well, I hope not. We've got a big bill to pay.
I know.
And these people do keep ledgers. So no matter what you get and what you do, they will keep a ledger of everything they spend on you. And when you fall out of favour, that gets sent to you as a bill.
Hmm.
Great.
Yes. Yes.
And making sure it gets sent to you. What?
The nation will pay some of it off as you go.
Yes. I'm continuing to be a hero. Let's cut this bit off the bill. Yes. Yes.
They're willing to wear a certain amount of expenses to keep their heroes happy.
Okay. Is anyone else getting any delicacies, seeing as apparently they have an Arendi chef?
Yep.
Well,
So
going for elven
in one
food.
is a halfling.
Yeah, he's the meal. But no, sorry.
Halfling just looks at you with that look of, yes, I can make you a meal if you like.
Yeah, no thanks.
You sort of see that they have about 20 knives on them. Doesn't look like that cooking is their main activity.
No.
It's just known for their cooking.
Yeah.
Shock of blonde hair, all done up with many braids.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like they'd probably be more at home on a ship than actually on land.
Did they just hire an assassin to make you a meal?
No, you got an assassin
Yours.
hired to make a meal.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. He's the... Well, they're islanders.
Mm.
Well,
And
they're
he greets you
islanders.
by name. He knows you.
Do I know him?
No.
Oh. I will greet him back in...
Because he has only ever
Did
seen
he
you.
use Mackay? What did
Yeah,
he use?
used Mackay.
I'll greet him back in Mackay.
Yeah. He's only ever seen you from the shadows.
Yeah. I might ask him how long he studied the art of Arendi cooking.
About 3 feet. Sorry.
He has none for you. As he throws a potato at you.
I'm sorry. That was totally tasteless. I do apologise.
I'm sure I can toss 2 more if that will make you happy. You know, to get you that 3 you wanted.
I don't know, he might need the salt and pepper, considering how tasteless that was.
Throw them at my forehead. Everybody else has me.
Yes, but why would I want to harm such a immaculate stain on the forehead?
So you're not the only one that thinks that. Sorry.
It's a talent to get you in the one spot every time. Well, they're using magic.
No, it's just a big forehead.
He's an elf after all. He does sort of go forever. Hard to miss.
I did heal it up. I don't have a red mark on my throat. I might do if he throws a pair of potatoes at it though.
He says, so, this is different from making, on a meal on a ship, so it'll be a lot easier.
Are your arms still shaky? I assume you have sea legs. Or is that what they call it? Sea legs?
Yeah. Call it whatever you like. I like to, I like the roles to see.
Mm.
At least you know to expect things to be always changing.
I do miss the the wind and the waves.
So much better than this dirty thing that everyone else seems to like.
What, the land?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a horrible place to spend your time.
Yeah, you get used to it, but you do miss the sea.
They kill the wrong person and they banish you from the ship.
Yes. But that's usually most cases, I thought.
Oh no, I've been killing people all the time.
Oh,
I'm really good at it.
you're a
Sailor.
sailor for hire?
No, not
Oh.
hire. I work out of I was working the tourist trade.
Oh, right, okay.
Apparently I didn't like the tourists enough and he had an accident with a couple of daggers.
So you were working between the Mackay Islands, or?
Yeah, I was around that area.
Okay.
And yeah, this tourist who I was supposed to be escorting got a little uppity. So I gave him the point.
Right.
And I think my points were better than his points because I'm still around.
And I'm guessing he went overboard.
No. Well, not at first. I had to toss him about 3 times getting overboard. He kept bouncing back.
The waves?
Waves and railing was a bit higher than I was used to. So he hit the railing a couple of times.
Yes,
He
yes.
was heavier than he looked.
Fair enough.
You know, some elves have more weight in their body.
Right, yes. Yes, I've heard that.
But apparently he was someone of importance, so I lost my job.
He's one with Proteus now.
I hope so. Well, he should be 3 with Proteus by the time he went overboard.
Probably. Depends how many daggers you had it in.
Well, I had to put him over in pieces because I couldn't get the one piece over at a time.
That would have been messy.
So it
It
wasn't
was
just...
a nice day. He says, smiling.
I'm glad you take pride in your work.
I do. I'm good at cutting things up and preparing them.
Well, I will leave you to it. You sound very proficient and very...
You sure I can make a spectacle of it?
I'm sure you can, but...
I can even write names with the blood splatter.
That is an impressive talent. I'm not sure
That's
where it
very
would come in
impressive.
handy, but that's an impressive talent.
Well, I used to, we used to tell stories with it.
Writing threatening messages is also a good one, I've heard.
Right, I see.
Oh yeah, I don't do that very often. It gets boring after a while.
Ivan was here.
Yeah, but if you're paid to send a message,
Oh yeah, I've done
Yeah.
that a few times.
Yeah, we
yes,
don't
I've heard of it.
we don't often write in blood in Nula Town. We usually use ink.
Well, I don't write with it, I splatter it.
Oh,
It's an art
okay.
form.
Oh, well, it sounds like you've discovered an enjoyable art form, and I'm glad you enjoy such an art form.
Well, I spent 50 years honing that craft.
All the more power to you.
So, what meal did you want?
I was hoping for a particular dish from Alegi Island. Alegi?
Yep. Apparently, with advantage, he doesn't remember the dish.
He doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you remember any of the Mackay dishes?
I was giving him advantage on the rolls, so he got a 3 on the first one, on both dice.
Oh, on both.
Right.
So he doesn't remember any of these.
He didn't remember any of the dish he wanted, but he knows plenty of Mackay dishes. He starts naming hundreds of dishes. Just not the one he
Right.
wanted.
Okay.
But most of his involved butchering an animal.
I'll pick the 2 most famous ones, I guess.
Sometimes in front of you.
One's probably a fish dish, I imagine. The other one's probably something else.
Well, he's got a pig one.
Or you could just tell him to surprise you.
No.
Also, no.
The amount of splatter that would be here around this place is not what I want.
Yeah.
I want to eat my food, not be traumatized by it.
And would you like to pick your meat before I kill the animal, sir? I can show you the most tenderest part of it beforehand.
What options do you have here?
Well, there's pig, there's fish, there's bird, there's cow, there's goat, there's griffin, there's what else we got that I can get access to? I'm not sure if we can call
Wyvern.
a decent dish because I don't really get great reviews for those.
In Mackay we normally get what? Fish and pig, maybe? Pig.
You have a lot of pig there.
We'll go with fish and pig then, please.
Okay.
And I'll
Would you
leave.
like to pick out the tenderest portions for yourself?
I will trust you in that regard.
That's okay. I didn't even introduce you to. I get to name them all before I do it.
I will leave that to you.
He happily goes off.
I trust your judgment on that.
You can hear him whistling as he goes off to get the meat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's someone who loves his work.
I'll then go tell Drazzle that I've ordered a Mackay dish, and I'm hoping he'll let me give him some of the Mackay dish so he can try some of my national food.
He says he likes your national food. He gives you a big hug.
I'll hug him back and then say, "Wait, you've tried my national food?
Yes. I've tried food from everywhere.
When?
When I went through.
When was that?
While you were stuck in time.
Wait, you went around while we were stuck in time?
Well, I wasn't going to wait for you. It was boring.
I
I needed
guess.
to find people to help you get out, and I travelled.
How long were we in there for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 months.
No, 3 years.
Huh.
And a few
Okay.
months.
That's a lot longer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Merinda City was nice.
How far did you go?
I travelled.
Did you write everything down?
Yeah.
So what are you on, the 3rd book now?
Technically, 3rd book for you, but other books have been done.
Jeez. I'm feeling a bit taken aback by all this. It's like, well, I'm
I've
glad.
done a book a year for the dragons.
Oh. Their adventures or just their history or?
What they wanted me to for them. Information.
Yes.
Details. They know you quite well now.
By books or me?
You.
Oh. Okay. Did they know of my daughter?
Yeah.
Has she been passed since?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You do realise now that they know more about your daughter than you do.
Yes. Probably.
It's a bit, yeah.
And I know that my daughter's probably going to go via their place at some point. Because
And
she has an inheritance
from the
there.
book that you
Yes.
read, your daughter knows Drazzle quite well.
Huh.
Because Drazzle travelled with them for over a year.
So now you have to get Drazzle to tell you all about
So that was in the 2nd book.
That was in the 1st book.
Oh, it was in the 1st book. Right, okay. Well, I will try and discuss that with Drazzle over dinner once dinner's ready.
Well, I don't know. Do you really want to discuss how biblically Drazzle knows your daughter?
I would say not.
If it means finding my daughter, finding what she's like, I mean, my character's never been a father before. If he has to sit here for 24 hours and listen to Drazzle blabber to find out his daughter, I guess so.
Well,
Yeah.
he's
But-
quite descriptive.
Yeah.
But you might find out. You might find out when you talk to Drazzle that you're actually a grandfather.
I
That
hope not.
would not surprise me. It's daunting, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yes, you're a grandfather and Drazzle's a father.
Well, technically,
That's
Drazzle
good.
is a water type.
Well, this is confusing.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so you do have a wonderful meal prepared for you that night.
Mhm.
Pig and fish. The pig is well presented, traditional. Looks as if it was skewered and cooked over hot coals.
Is it nice and spicy, or are they not all
Perfectly cut
spicy?
and spiced.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Basically, you've never had a meal that nice cooked for you before.
Cool. I will definitely share this with Drazzle and see what he thinks.
He thinks it could do with more metal.
Yes.
Do you often put metal on your food?
Sometimes.
What kinds of metal?
Well, it depends on what taste he's going for.
Do
He,
you,
he starts describing the qualities between the various types of metals and their grades.
do you keep metals on you for seasoning?
Sometimes.
Really? What do you have on you now?
I have a bit of silver.
Huh. So you go through seasonal flavorings of metals.
Every now and then, a different flavour will pick him up.
That's
He did try mithril, but it just caught in his throat too much.
That is
It was
fascinating.
also expensive.
Yeah. I wonder what uranium tastes like.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day.
But platinum always has an interesting aftertaste.
And is bloody expensive.
Interesting.
Although I've heard of some sources that are in the same price range.
He does talk about how he's never been able to get any taste out of adamantine.
Which means he's tried it more than once.
It's just tasteless to him.
Is there enough
Maybe
food to
just-
offer to my colleagues? Or
Would you like to try some silver?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to,
Garfield.
no, I meant, sorry, brain went blur. The food that came out, was it just enough for me
It
and...
was enough for
Drell?
an entire.
Oh, it's
villa.
everyone,
He's,
okay.
he's doing the meal, not
Oh, so
your
he's
meal.
done... Right, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah,
So-
I'll just ask everyone to tuck in.
So the chef that was hired was not hired for just you, was hired for the
Right.
entire place.
Yes.
Okay,
And so they did an R&D themed meal.
okay, cool.
And the servers are all wearing various holiday-esque serving clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So as if you're on Palm Islands.
Themed and stuff. Wee.
Luau's.
So I'm assuming that Pettigrew will eat with his fingers rather than those metal cutlery business.
Well, there are no cutlery provided.
Oh, isn't there? Okay, it's right there.
No, it's pork on sticks.
And you're expected to eat off the banana leaves that they serve the food off.
No problem with that.
Yes.
They're often steamed in banana leaves, gives them extra flavour.
Do you see Drazzle putting his own spices on some things?
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Yes.
He says it wasn't spicy enough.
Yes. This would be something to get hold of.
What is that?
It's a cross between a small parrying buckler and a parry bar.
It is interesting.
Yeah. On the stats, it would actually be very similar to like the knife shield, except lighter.
And unlikely to break.
Yeah, because it's a solid bar. In fact, these are explicitly made as that bar and that spike are all one piece of metal, and it's all forged together. And then that
It actually sounds more like the use of various weapons as a skilled proficiency.
Well, in this case, yeah, it's a parry buckler that's designed to make it easy to parry things.
Yep.
Okay, so you all have an amazing meal.
Mm-hmm.
And the drinks that they bring out are alcoholic.
That's fair enough.
Apparently they know Drazzle and no one wants to give him alcohol again.
That or coffee?
Didn't go so well the last time.
No. So let's not give him Kahlua.
Or a pina colada.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like he sleeps much as it is.
But you might like some of those liqueurs with the gold flakes in it.
Don't tell him about those. We'll never hear the end of it.
Well, he'd start matching liqueurs to flaked metals of various kinds to match the metal to the liqueur.
Dude, this drink tastes better with this flavouring.
He probably start his own
But-
business.
But the problem is that not all metal flakes like gold does.
No, but most of them will break up into small bits, and you can cut up metal foils. But it gets a bit dangerous for everybody else, because he might like the idea of, say, arsenic as a flavouring.
That's why you make it a dragon only thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind.
So there's your opportunity to open a dragon bar.
Yes, the place where dragons come to eat everything.
Yeah.
Yes, metal flake flavoured drinks in buckets.
Yeah, because that'll go down well. You know, we have gold today, or silver, or platinum on special, platinum on tap,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a
Zinc.
couple of elves in the back and a couple of humans, if you like.
As stock.
and for those that like a bit of fire in their drink, some magnesium.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit of fire in the tummy doesn't hurt.
Especially not when you're a fire breather.
Okay, so you do have a very good night. You wake up the next morning and Drazzle is nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Do you leave a note?
Yep.
What's the note say?
Be back soon.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a Drazzle thing. Alright.
Are we going to wait for him, or do we keep going and leave him a note? Does Drazzle read notes?
Well, Pettidier will be heading back into town to actually try and catch up with the other caravan and work out what's happening to travel south.
Wait, they left without
Yeah.
us?
Well, the caravan
Well, no.
came in.
Our caravan was not going south. They were continuing east.
Oh.
So we've got to pick up a different caravan.
Okay.
Yes.
But so either we've got to pick up a different caravan or we've got to just head out on our own.
Yeah.
But the dwarf caravan captain did say he was going to actually see what he could find out. So
Yeah. I think I'm thinking of timing and stuff. It may be worthwhile all of us staying together while we're here in town. Drazzle, he'll rejoin us or not. We'll catch up if necessary.
well, that's fine. What are you planning on doing for the day then? Or for the morning? Okay, realistically, Pettidier probably would have aimed to actually head, like if we were separated from sources of information to get southwards,
Yeah.
he probably would have been keen to actually head that way anyway. So,
Yes.
like head into town and just find out while people are talking at night, they're talking at the bar.
Yep. Find out who's going southwards.
Mm.
And join
But
them.
yeah, apparently we didn't get around doing that, so Pettidier will certainly be doing it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing in the morning.
I'm happy for someone who can actually talk to people do this, but
Yes. Well, this is the thing. You've been riding your reputation for the last couple of days, or a couple of weeks actually.
As you step out of the door the following day, you do see a familiar dwarf walking towards you.
Right.
okay.
It's the caravan master.
Is the caravan master?
Right.
Isn't this the one that already left?
Well, he didn't. You don't know what happened to him. You went to the scene for you. So you technically left him.
Yeah.
Because they were going to take a bit longer to try and get through the gate, so we were escorted straight into the
Yes.
city.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Yeah. We were waved in.
he hands you a pouch for each of you.
Okay.
So 20 silver each
Thank you.
to represent your guard duty time.
We got paid.
Okay.
And he says he's been asking around, and there are a few people heading south at the moment. There is a Yulari trader who will probably swindle you for everything you've got. And you'll thank him for it. He's that polite. There is a bunch of surly dwarves, more surly than him. You won't tell him what they're doing, what they're carrying, and they're all heading south, and they may not take you with them.
Okay.
And probably wouldn't talk to us even if they let us go, which is fair enough.
Apparently, I'm not the right sort of dwarf for them, he says.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So, they're the dwarves.
Right.
He sighs. And then there's also a mail delivery from the Ethingarians going that way. They sometimes allow people to ride with them, but the problem with that is no one can keep up.
Yeah, I daren't imagine what their move speed is.
Or that they move at about 70 to 80
Yeah, it's
feet a
probably like
round.
Yeah.
A lot.
Because they have speed trained horses and they've got 5 each.
Yep.
Because hey, Mongols.
That is their stick.
Yep. Hi, we're a Mongol horde that delivers letters. Yep.
And they're paid to do so, so they're paid to run things down.
And have no problem with it because hey, they get to loot as well. Sigh.
Well, not many people will want to stop a mail delivery.
There's that as well. It's anything sent by them is really safe.
And the gnome delivery is, while cheaper, less likely to arrive on its destination in one piece if it does.
Yeah.
Normally it arrives slightly singed or burned.
Yes.
Okay, so
When is the the Ethingarian troop coming past.
Oh, they're in the city at the moment. They're probably going to head out any hour now.
Okay.
They generally don't stay long. They're just stopping for wine, women, and whatever else they stop for.
Fair enough.
I'd say song, but have you heard them sing?
Okay, well, from their point of view, it might be
Yes,
singing.
it's an interesting experience.
No yodeling whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yes. I will say, though, we may not be able to catch up, but just following them is a good way to go.
Yes, because there won't be anything left.
Yes.
Well, most things hide when they're coming in, come out and get whoever comes behind.
Mm.
Well, that's true. If I was even half smart bandit, I'd do that.
Yeah.
They rarely leave the highways, so that's why the highways are so well patrolled. They don't even have to send patrols for them.
Yes.
If there's a mail delivery coming through, that's the quietest thing in that area that has that day.
Mm.
Okay, so, and I think there was one other caravan going through, a bunch of Norsemen coming through. Apparently they're all drunk in the tavern at the moment,
Oh.
and they're taking a bunch of stuff south.
So we have a bunch of drunkards, a bunch of dwarves, a bunch of Ethingarians who probably outrun us before we see ready set.
The drunk Northmen actually sound a reasonable one because they probably welcome the idea of people who are actually sober and can see things coming as caravan guards.
Would they keep trying to get us drunk?
Well, that is a possibility.
And that doesn't concern you in the slightest.
Well, you can control your drinking, can't you?
I'm not supposed to drink. Well, I can, but
Yeah.
I guess that's not too bad.
Well, the other one is we can travel on our own.
Mm. Do we know how far it is to our next destination?
Okay, it is about
the next one down?
240 miles.
Yeah.
So caravan would be better.
Yes. Definitely caravan because, well, bandits.
As you're discussing this, you see a familiar-looking blue drake coming down the street, pulling a wagon behind it.
Pulling what behind it?
A wagon.
Drazzle has
A
his own
wagon,
wagon?
He does now.
Where the fuck did he find? Sorry.
So you've got yourself some supplies?
Drazzle decided to ride in better style. Drake complained, too much weight. I eat too much. Pat stomach.
Where did you find that?
I asked, he kept made.
Wait, where?
Well,
He points north.
they probably had all the bits for a wagon ready to go and just put one together for you.
What, so if a dragon asks, you say how high?
Well, there's that too. Yes.
Okay.
He ordered it in Darkham before he come.
Oh, so
It came from Derrican?
No, he ordered it from Darkham.
Oh.
Or ordered it while he was still in Darkham. So they've had what, 2 weeks? They've had 2 weeks to build it.
Well, they've had over 20 days to build it.
Yeah.
He was with us. So how
No, he sent a letter ordering a wagon to be built here for when he arrived.
Ah, right. Okay, right.
Yes.
And if you send it by someone that was flying, it would take very long to get there.
No.
Right.
Martin,
Yep.
Yeah, or just
before the dwarf caravan guy moves away again, I'll give him back his pouch saying thanks but no thanks.
Okay, feel free to donate it if you wish, and he hands it on to one of the others. He is. He would feel like he hadn't done his duty if he didn't offer something to say thanks for his work.
Mm-hmm.
He's even happy to put it into your bank if you wish.
Okay.
Drazzle.
That's it. Parody basically go back somewhat rudely, somewhat abruptly, thanks but no thanks, and turned away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you happen to know a Griffin rider called Cassius?
Yes, he'd deliver a message.
Ah. That explains a lot.
There you go.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
So it's more of a cart than a carriage.
Yeah.
How many people does it hold? Or is it just a supplies thing?
Well, it sort of has the bench that can fit Drizzle.
Oh,
And maybe a small-
Jazzle fits the whole bench, doesn't it?
And maybe
It's
a tiny thing next to him.
Right, yes.
Drizzle's not small.
So two-wheeler. Right. So
Drizzle.
he's got a cart.
Oh, it's a
That's
cart, okay.
That's basically he's basically got a pacer with a roof.
And Drizzle turns to Brady and says, yes, Brady.
We know we're traveling. We know we're going through mountains.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
going. I think it's going to be easier for his Drake to pull that up a mountain than carry him up it. He has been getting very tall.
Apparently his Drake's not too happy though, that he's been eating too much.
Yes. Well, I wasn't going to call
I
him.
know. I heard it.
Wasn't it?
I wonder if his Drake's going to ask Jazzle to get off me or push.
Well, he can't actually speak, it understands words.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It understands Draconic, he cannot speak it.
Right.
Yes. But it could say hiss twice for yes and once for no sort of thing.
Yeah, I could imagine
Yeah.
Jazzle having long conversations with it.
Yeah. It could. Yes. It could teach you to communicate, just not talk. Oh, there's a spell that
Okay.
will allow that.
Well-
And the amusing thing is that you've never
Go ahead.
seen Drizzle actually use any sort of harness or anything. He just tells it where to go.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I would think that the dwarves would be our best option if they were interested in companions.
Which, the hardy ones or the drunken ones?
The dwarves, not the Northlanders.
Oh,
No, the
right.
drunken ones were Northlanders, weren't they?
They
Yes.
were.
Oh,
So-
right. Yep, okay.
Big Swedish people.
So mainly I suggest the dwarves because, so presumably there's a fair chance they'll be heading to Highforge.
Yes.
And Highforge is apparently where the Gnome Caravan originated from
Yep.
each time. And
Well-
was probably carrying Highforge goods.
It does give us a good
Due to a
read.
change to the weapons and siege.
Why
So-
don't you guys go talk to the
To the dwarfy types.
dwarves, and I'll go talk to the Northlanders, and then we can meet up back at the inn or whatever, and
The house.
the house, and decide from there.
Yep. Thinking about me talking to the dwarves, I'm not sure how they're going to take it.
Drizzle sort of looks, want me to talk at Dwarf? Want me to eat Dwarf?
Let's not do that.
I'll do it.
What, eat the dwarf? No, that's not. Yes, please. I think,
Because, hey, you know how good a talker Paradeer is?
yeah, I know. But,
Yeah, but don't tell our chef. He'd do it.
yeah.
Quite happily too.
Okay. Paradeer can do Curly
Yes.
with his 8 charisma.
Yes, well, there's a... Yeah. Well, I
So,
can... I can,
yep,
I
okay.
can-
Well, it's okay. Paradeer's certainly going to go and talk to the dwarves and find out if they're interested in companions,
Yes,
or if you can find them.
yeah, that's the thing. I'd have no problem doing sort of surly or acting in the way that would be appropriate to them. It's just elf and dwarf sort of, yeah.
Okay, so Brady, you rock up to the dwarves. They're quite easy to find. It's smoke rising from their caravan. They have a forge running on the caravan,
Yep.
and there's a lot of metal involved in their caravan.
I
And
can see it. It's one of the things I found amusing up here in Japan in the thing. One of the food options available is wood-fired pizza
Yep,
from the wood oven directly in the back of the van.
yep.
Like it's a mobile van for
Yeah.
wood-fired pizza.
I'm presuming it tastes
So-
good too. Is it pizza or...
Oh, tastes all right.
Yeah, is it pizza or okonomiyaki?
Oh no, it's pizza. Okay,
Okay.
Nishiko's a very westernised area, so
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
the food is certainly variable, so or varied opportunities. So,
Okay.
but yes, okay. So
You're
your
up
dwarves
there.
have got there. I'll go up to the Dwarven caravan.
The caravan doesn't look like it has harnesses for pulling a team. It actually has posts coming out either side of the wagon, and it looks as if the dwarves themselves push it. And there seems to be about 4 wagons in their train, each of them with their own forge.
So,
Each wagon has a forge?
Yep.
Wow.
do any of them particularly pay attention to Paradir as he walks up?
One of them sort of comes your way. He's got this glowing hammer, and he completely shaved on top.
Mm-hmm.
And he has piercing blue eyes. They stand out far more than the rest of his other dwarves. Most of the other dwarves have a sort of earthy sort of looking to their eyes. His one are bluer than the sky.
What colour are these forges?
Well, they're inside the caravan. It's probably hard to see.
Oh, yeah, good point.
You can just see the smoke coming out of them.
Yeah.
Greetings.
So you must be the hero of the Atruaghin that everyone is talking about.
My name is Paradir. I am pleased to meet you. So,
I'm not so pleased, but I'm here to meet you.
I understand you're heading southwards from here.
Formerly grumpy.
Yes, south we head. As soon as we finish business here and get some more fuel for our fire, then we're going to head south.
Would you be interested in company?
No, I'm not into long people. I don't really need anyone for a night's rest.
I am talking for multiple nights on the journey south. And not necessarily to share a bed.
Well, that would probably be more preferable, as he doesn't have this thing for tall, lanky people.
That's right. I haven't got much of a thing for short, docky people.
We're in agreement then. So yes, he's happy to have you wander with us and take the fire from any threats along the way.
Mm-hmm. So how soon do you think you expect to depart?
Well, we can depart today, but we prefer to depart tomorrow because favourable weather and everything.
And how far south do you travel?
We're going to go see our kin in Highforge, and then potentially head on to Speculum, depending on whether or not they buy the rest of our wares.
Well, if you're happy for company, we would be happy to accompany you on the way. Or at least part of the way. So,
That will be agreeable. Just as long as you sleep at least 50 feet from our camp, so we don't have to smell elk overnight.
whatever.
He sticks out his hand to shake on it.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll see you on the motto. If not early this evening at the pub.
Do you shake his hand?
Yeah, I'll shake his hand.
Okay, you notice he is quite a lot hotter than you'd expect from his touch. You actually feel your hand singe a little bit.
Feisty.
He just sort of nods in your direction and walks back, and you think some of the glow from his hammer might actually be him holding it.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yeah,
guys
so
have
not
red glowing
necessarily.
eyes.
Blue.
So the hammer was glowing red rather than blue. Is that what you're telling me?
No, his eyes were glowing blue, his hammer was just glowing, and they didn't give it a colour.
I didn't think so, but okay. I was assuming glowing as in sort of a white light, but possibly it was more glow red from being hot.
Possibly. It does have a shimmering around it.
Alright.
So he agrees to for you to head south, and then I'll move over to Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
You show up to what appears to be a tavern brawl in progress. People are being tossed out of the tavern, head first, feet first, side first.
Sounds like a fun time.
Some of them are Norsemen, some of them are locals, some of them are people who got caught in the way.
Can I stick my head in the window and see if it's still going on?
Yep, it's going on. Basically, you're having people yell out, "Battle!" And basically, breaking of glasses, breaking of ceramics, breaking of tables.
Oh dear.
There is one guy in there, he's standing about 6.5 feet tall. His muscles are bigger than you are around.
Wow.
I'm gonna guess he's winning right now.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
He's getting his butt handed to him by a halfling.
What the fuck? Wait a minute.
Small
Is this a halfling with lots of
braided
daggers?
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm turning around and I'm walking away. I'm not facing that chef. No fucking way.
About a minute or so later, this big burly guy goes flying through the window.
Oh,
He
okay.
lands next to you.
Well, I guess I'll check if he's still
Is he
alive.
still alive?
He's still alive, he's smiling.
You okay?
Yes, I've just had the best brawl ever. He says, staring up into the sky. Thor will be proud. I may have lost, but I shall fight him again. And again.
Do you want me to help you get up so you can get back in there?
I am up, aren't I, he says.
On the ground.
You can see his eyes are sort of spinning around a bit.
Yes. Very much so.
He's, about 5 minutes later, he sort of, gets more to his senses and he gets up. He's very imposing as he stands up.
Yeah. Is the brawl still going on?
Yep.
So are you sure you're right, sir?
Oh, do you want to help? Thor will take them by storm.
Oh, I'm sure you have tremendous power, sir, but I'm not very good in battle. You do better than I would.
But battle's where the fun is. You show your prowess.
I'm
Lose a few teeth in the process, you'll do well.
I'm not sure.
Try not to get carried into the fight.
Yes. I'm not sure Proteus would approve of this.
I'm sure Proteus will understand. He's a fickle god.
Is he?
He has his ups and downs.
He can
Just
drive
remember
a
when you
horse,
get
and of
knocked
course
down, you
he's
get back up
fickle.
again.
Well, yes, but I don't think he stands for full-out brawls.
Why not? He loves the oceans, he loves a good battle, doesn't he?
I guess.
All gods love a good battle, don't they?
Not all gods, I don't think.
Well, they're not a real god then.
Ow.
I'm sure if you follow someone like Loki, Loki,
Well,
I will disarm you with words.
Oh dear.
I ain't saying a thing.
What do I do with my spells?
Yeah, as you're talking, the battle sort of ends up breaking up, and he looks disappointed. I missed it. I'll join in the next one. I'm sure there was always one every town I go to.
Oh, okay.
You make sure of it.
I was going to do something fun, which might get me in trouble, but that's fine.
Okay, and you see your chef pull out the last remaining person by their feet and drops them by your feet and saying, I think you might need this one too. And then he just gives you a thumbs up and walks off. That was fun. Reminds me of home.
Thank you. I think.
Don't worry, you didn't kill anyone this time. I can fix that if you like.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Excellent cooking
Got
again.
fined last time I killed someone, so try not to do that again.
Don't
Unless you
duly
pay for
noted. I'll turn to these half beaten up northerners.
Yep.
And I guess I don't have any medicine or anything. I don't think so. I can't really heal them.
No, but we're sort of staying together, so I'm going to be close by.
Yeah.
So you sort of hear them talking about how, well, their drinking money is now lost in a bet to the halfling.
Would you perhaps like someone to tend to those wounds?
Sure. What are you offering?
Well, I have a companion who might be able to help out.
Are they a follower of Freya?
They're a follower of flowers to the forehead.
What?
I don't know flowers to the forehead.
It's an interesting religion, I'm told.
Looks over. Oh, it's an elf. No wonder. Don't tell me you're going to use flower power.
Actually. Yes, I am. I'm going to give him one dice worth of healing, and it's got petals in it.
He just goes, well, you know, the Fae, like they are always fickle creatures. They have a sense of humour.
This is true.
As long as you don't try to talk to me too much, I'll be good.
They do have a good choice in flowers, though.
You're not like, you know, Loki, are you? All talk and no battle.
Oh, I can do battle.
Okay, that's good then. Battle!
If I had something non-lethal, I'd show off with it.
Doesn't matter, he says.
I think the only similarity between him and Loki is the forehead.
He's got horns? You look confused.
No, the fact I don't have horns.
Sorry, bad joke.
You have to work on your humour then, he says.
It's an Arendi thing. It's yeah.
Yeah, it probably just washes away. Much like Proteus.
Shots fired. We are interested in travelling. Was it south?
South.
Yes.
Would you like to join us on a raring adventure?
Possibly. We are.
We shall kill things along the way!
Bandits. Useful things.
How good are you at hunting?
Bandits, Satan.
Are you
kill things.
good hunters?
Yes, we hunt things well. And then we slay them.
Yes, but how much?
And then cook them in the honour of Odin and Thor.
Can I just clarify here? How many of these things that you cook and eat are people?
Oh, we don't eat people. We're not crazy.
Okay, good. That's fine then.
If they talk, they're people. If they die before they talk, they're not people.
So don't run into druids then.
Also, make sure the fight lasts long enough for someone to say, "Please stop killing me."
Ow! Don't stab me. That hurts.
No, because otherwise these guys will kill them and then eat them because they haven't had a chance to speak yet.
But remember, they've got to call that out in Norse. Otherwise, it's just random wailing, just like an animal would.
That's also the problem.
Well, at least these guys can take care of themselves.
And everything that gets in the way.
Exactly.
So, you're going to join us for battle? I'd like to see, elf power at work. I've heard good things about elf power.
It is impressive.
Especially, you're that famous elf power, aren't you?
I can certainly do famous elf power.
That's good.
Yes.
He sticks out, he picks you up, gives you a big hug. Elf power it is! Then he picks up a title, and gives him a big hug.
Thank you. Oh, I think my back just popped.
And I shall see you tomorrow. We shall straight off and make battle. Where we lead our wagons. And then he just starts walking off in a random direction.
Did we even agree to that, or was that just decided for us?
Were you going to say no?
I wasn't aware I had an option to.
That was rather the point, I think.
They are rather burly and about
And
twice my height.
and really good at making decisions for everybody around them.
Yes, well, I was kind of worried they continued throwing punches.
As I said, were you really going to say no?
Considering what I just saw in the bar, not really.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, I think we're traveling with it, at least for a while.
But at least we could take both, I suppose.
That's true. Well, they're both leaving at the same time, aren't they?
We didn't ask?
Maybe we could.
We'll just tell Prater about it when we get back.
So while you're heading past, you see this establishment that has a line of people outside waiting.
Mm-hmm.
and someone's commenting about the chef. Is way too busy. He's never here when we need him.
Didn't he literally just get back from murdering people? No, not murdering, but beating people up. Where's he gone now?
Another pub?
There's a sign above it saying the do drop in.
Did the what?
The do drop in.
The do drop in. Okay. Right.
It's horrible, horrible name.
At least it's not called a dugong inn. I'm assuming this is the same inn that just got trashed. No.
No, this is a completely
No.
different inn.
Oh, this is a different one. Okay.
You can see they're basically starting to let people in now after they've been closed for a while.
Yep.
Apparently they were shut down yesterday and people were complaining about the fact that the meal that they had ordered for weeks got delayed today.
Oh, right.
And then they had to wait longer for the chef to arrive because he was busy elsewhere. And one of them doing this mimicry of a halfling.
I'm not going to get involved.
Oh, no.
'Cause-
If they want to tease the chef, and if the chef catches them, they'll be on the menu. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm leaving that.
I'm not getting in the way.
Yeah.
You hear this poink. There's a person who didn't need help. Remember, he just fall over.
Called it.
Yes.
He's sort of sitting there, twitching a little bit.
Shall we continue?
We shall continue. He hadn't killed him, so
Well, they made a promise.
yes, he did. Which is why I didn't immediately rush over. The guy, well, he got what he deserved.
And he hears someone pull out from the restaurant. Hey, Total, you want a free food? Apparently we're down one.
Maybe another time. Thank you. I will toss him a gold piece or whatever. As a tip.
Fair enough.
He thanks you, but he paid far more from the Northerners.
I bet you did. The fight was impressive.
If you're heading south, say hi to my sister. She's got red hair, you'll know her.
We'll do that.
We will. I'm sure red hair was mentioned before somewhere.
Not in this case. He was blonde.
Yeah, but someone else was mentioned with red hair. One of the caravans. Could have sworn I... Maybe it's my
There is a
memory.
red-haired halfling in the Wednesday group.
Ah.
And,
No, the reference also to red hair was the other woman, the other potential caravan from Daraka.
Ah.
Red hair.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. That's what it was.
Yes.
Okay.
Which was definitely interesting, but yeah.
Well, presumably she was a representative of the silk trade caravan.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yep.
I never, like I say, Parody wasn't interested enough to find out. So
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you guys meet up,
Mm-hmm.
and after you decide what you're going to do, we might call it there for the night, considering how late it is.
Yep.
I know Jeremy has a plane to catch in the morning.
Hmm.
You're going to be extremely strong to catch that plane.
Yes.
indeed. So,
Just
well, like I
to-
say, basically, when you meet up, had a deal open. Oh, okay, yep. Well, the dwarves are happy for company, so
Hmm.
they sound like the way to go.
Yep.
Yes. We diplomatically found some northerners who are welcoming as well, and apparently leaving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Diplomatically, in that they informed us of what was going on, and we didn't say no
You weren't given much choice.
because we didn't want to end up horizontal.
So are they expecting you to accompany them?
They're
I think
probably
at least
drunk.
one of us, maybe.
They're probably drunk enough they wouldn't notice if we didn't turn up, or if we did but weren't actually with them.
Well,
I'd still go with the dwarves.
I would suggest the dwarves are more useful to us.
Yes, definitely.
While you're having this discussion, everyone can make a perception roll.
Ooh, goody.
So, admittedly, the northerners might travel faster.
Percepticon. That would be 16.
17.
How much did someone get for Jeremy?
Oh,
17 on the die. What's your perception modifier?
+8.
Oh,
Eight?
bloody hell.
Holy shit, okay.
Okay, so all of you notice
values.
Drazzle packing a horse out the front, whereas Praedir noticed Drazzle putting a harness on his Drake, and as the harness clipped into place, it sort of shimmered a bit, and then it appeared as a horse.
Wait, what?
He's got a harness for his Drake that makes it look like a horse.
Oh, so it's like an illusion harness thing. That's kind of cool.
Unless it actually turns it into a horse, at which point he can travel faster.
But wouldn't that mean everything we've just planned for is naught?
So well, like I said,
He can still travel.
Kennedy will actually certainly take a closer look and see whether or not whether it's actually become a horse or whether it appears to be an illusion.
It appears to be an illusion. Well, you also know that a lot of people don't like dragons, especially dwarves.
Absolutely, like I say,
Yeah,
I'm
especially dwarves.
happy enough that it's come
True.
through. So.
Yes. Some of those particularly more surly dwarves might decide to treat the Drake and Drazzle as a aperitif or possibly a delicacy.
And
Well,
you see
Kennedy
Drazzle.
specific. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Drazzle also puts on a hat and makes him look like a big, beefy tribesman from the Turtle Clan.
Beefy tribesman turtle clan.
Yeah, basically taller than most tribesmen you've seen, and with the muscles to show.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Well, especially
same like,
considering the fact that the tribesman shrunk significantly in size.
Yes.
he does stand
Six.
up.
Kennedy went from 6'4" down to 5'5" when there was a readjustment.
Well, yes, I think Kaido felt like refusing these northerners might end up with him 6 feet under, so...
Well, it was certainly the sort of thing that Pettidier specifically didn't talk about who his travelling companions were, because apparently the dwarf knew him, so he should know who he was travelling with.
Ah.
So,
Yes.
didn't need to talk about the fact he was travelling with an elf and a dragon and a...
Yeah. Yes.
But yes, I'm happy that the apparently the dragon, the Drake looked like a horse. So that's
Yes.
and
So at least we have that.
and if Drazzle now looks like a big burly
Northerner.
clansman,
Yeah.
he's likely to take the heat off Parody.
There's that.
And his horse looks like an elderly draft horse,
Okay.
which means slow.
Yes. Oh, by the way, for visualization purposes, my horse is a light grey, which means it's basically white.
Okay. So Jeremy, how are you doing? This is a good point to say safe travel.
Yeah, well, like I say, we'll be heading off tomorrow. So yep. But one point I was going to say, like a final, the Pettidier will suggest to Drazzle that, well, you know, if you're going to hide the Drake, but you're going to look like a clansman, if you could make the Drake look like an elk, it would look better. Or no, Turtle Clan, he said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, can't remember what animal could be appropriate for Turtle Clan other than turtle, but, well, turtle might be appropriate, but it looks slow.
It would be slow, and you generally don't harness the turtles to the front of a wagon.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
But the idea being the fact that there might be, if he had the option, there might be more appropriate animals that he could make it look like.
He tells you that he didn't have much options,
Right.
Fair enough.
but his clan had given him the hat to make him look like your people,
Well, that's cool.
but he hadn't used it because he chose to rarely use it because he didn't always go into places that hated his clan.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Fair enough. One thing, Martin, I might try and send you a bit of an email tomorrow before I leave.
Yep.
But yeah, basically, I don't know. Like, obviously, yes, I won't get a chance to be Skyping in tomorrow. I don't know if the party's close to finishing the adventure they're on, but Dimitri's main plans, following clearing out this keep or this location, he wants to try and keep hold of the relics, the Theatin relics that were found, and also any of the coins. He was happy to, basically the coins, he's happy to say, yes, okay, here's the share of the coins, and basically bring out his own money to replace in those coins, so it's the same money worth. And if people ask about the thing, he's happy to buy the relics for the 500 they're worth, or maybe you could even be convinced to go up to about 1,000. So, but yeah. Otherwise, yes, his plan will be potentially to go to Specularum and speak with the Duke about obtaining this location as a home base. But yeah. Anyway, thanks very much, guys.
No worries.
We shall catch you all sometime in the next week or two.
Yep, safe travels.
Safe travels, and we'll speak to you when you get back.
Yep. As I say, next Tuesday, I would expect I might be late because I'll be coming back from Sydney on that day. So if I get in, I'll be Skyping in from home when I get in. But yeah,
that's perfectly fine.
I'll let you know how I'm going for time.
That's okay. They're currently on the run from the city.
On the run from the city.
Yeah.
Hang on, what are we talking about here? Tuesday. That is. That's right. Yes, that's one. Yes, that's right. That's the session I missed when they were. Yes, I watched the video of it. So yep. Well, so hopefully I'll be there at least on Skype. But yeah, it'll depend upon exactly when I can get away from Sydney and then how traffic goes.
Cool, good.
No worries.
Okay, we'll catch you later.
Okay. Good night, all.
Good night.
Okay, you're gonna put this.
That's very cute. So I just had a look at one of the basic